think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
And if you was instead of hating, you'd be ballin' too. I know you seen us fallin' too. All the rich niggas is all my crew. Fuck it, they can't touch us. If stuck up is what you call it, cool. Ooh, you should've seen when I came down in that. Black on black, cause it's gay to haters face down on the mat. Splat, yeah, I can make a green nigga mad. Quick, fast, flash like 10 cash on this bitch ass. You can tell I'm a G by the walk in the stands. I play the game, make me talk in the stands. Watch how you talk when you talk to the man. If it ain't about bread, you talk to the head. I show you how to get rich. You got a weak arm, I'll show you how to pitch. Made so play, I'll show you by the hit. And tell the police I don't know about shit. Hey, God, I'm fly, something like the air. Ain't that something when it's stunting, man? It's nothing like air. Homie, hold it right there. Homeboy, I'm right there.
Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
I got one in the back, I got one in the front. I make them do what I say. They tell me say what I want, I tell them. Get your money, girl, and just stop breathing. Cause if it ain't about that dough, it ain't about me neither. See a gangster like myself, I get that paper and women. Man, your woman probably out there with some paper to give me. Listen, you're looking at a real pimp, ask my old women. And they'll tell you no remote, I control women. I'm a whole load, put me in the game, woman. If he ain't paying, then he shouldn't be playing. I'm saying, broke dudes only make jokes funny. I make more than I can fit in this quote, honey. Unquote, come sun soak with me, ma. Fly it down here and lay you up in my beach house.
Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more.
His brain's gone, nigga.
It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting.
We really hit it, nigga.
We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hit us, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals.
Break that shit down, nigga.
AK to anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. 7.62 gon' split 'em. FN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner.
5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops straight go. I got them all, you don't want no.
I got all those shit, nigga.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sonny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding.
Y'all know what the fuck going on around here, nigga. Y'all nigga keep talking about.
What up? Peace and blessings to everybody in the building. Salute. So, give me 1 second. There we go. Hold on 1 second. So that's Oscar and them. They on their way to go get Tevin Farmer and Williams Payton Part 2. We got it. It's down. We got action. We got action. Yeah, let me do the shout outs real quick. Shout out to my brother Terrell Davis in the building. Salute. Tracking 327. Salute, King. Peace and blessings. Shout out to the beautiful queen, Miss Ty Drake in the building. And we're not talking A minor. Gang, cash, crypto in the building. Salute. My nigga, all things big AMC FSG. My brother Andy Gill coming through. Salute, King. Salute. Big AMC FSG Marquee in the building. Gang. My nigga D1. Yeah, in the building. The angry one. My nigga Creole the Traveler. What up, Creole? Salute. Hey, Creole. I like Alabama, Duke, and motherfucking I like Alabama, Duke. It was one more. Hold on. I like Alabama today. I like Duke. I like Florida over Maryland. And I like Arkansas for the upset. Arkansas getting 6 points. I like them 6 points with Arkansas. Arkansas, bad motherfucker. Texas Tech might be in trouble. My nigga Terrell W in the building. Salute, King. Hey, Marquis, don't talk about my team, bro. You know I'm a Cameron crazy, baby. Ben Duke all day. Richie L, salute, King. Peace and blessings. Marquis must be a Carolina fan. Marquis must like them shit heels. Joseph Bermia, salute, King. Peace and blessings. The only people that hate Duke are them shit heels. That's because we always kicking their ass. We beat their ass all the way down Tobacco Road. You feel me? I told you what I tell y'all. I told y'all. I told you that nigga had to be a shit heels fan. That's the only people that can hate on the Dukies. Shout out to my nigga Zach B. I told you we be kicking their ass up and down Tobacco Road. I knew Marquis had to be one of their fans. I knew it. I already knew. Like I knew before it was mentioned. When he said fuck Duke, I say yep. He sounds like yep. He sounds like a fan. I knew it. You always tell them damn fans, boy. You can always tell them. It's all good, Marquis, man. I would hate Duke too. You feel me? I would hate Duke too. So I don't blame you, my brother. I don't blame you at all. Yeah, I know it's still fuck Duke. But instead of saying fuck Duke, fuck with us. Matter of fact, didn't y'all get bounced out the first round, Marquis? Oh, yeah. I bet it against Carolina in the first round, too. And them niggas got bounced like a big stripper. They got bounced out like a like a 300-pound stripper. They got bounced. Yes, they did. They got bounced like a 300-pound stripper out the door. Yeah, it was sad. It's a damn shame what they did to that man, mama. You know what I'm saying? Look at that man, mama. 2 plate cocaine, bit 2 in the plan, mama. That's all you can say, man. That's all you can say when you see shit like that, bro. But it's all good in the neighborhood, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. All right. LV salute, King. I don't know yet, Joseph Bermia. I gotta check it out. Houston pretty good, but I feel like they're gonna have problems close to the end. You feel me? I feel like close to the end, they're gonna have a few problems come up. But you know, they're a good ass team though. I can't put nothing past their ass though. You feel me? Like they're a good team. Creo, if you hit me on Instagram, I'll send it to you, bro. Brock Howard salute, King. Yeah, hit me on Instagram and I'll send it to your email, bro. I'll send you the track to your email. That's what everybody else did that wanted the song. I just sent it to them. Yep. All right. We got the link in the chat today as well. Dr. Key, she's busy. She said she might come in the last half of the show. I don't know, but I'm gonna open up the chat today. The doors of the church are now open. And I'm about to give y'all this boxing gospel for the day. You know, shout out to the OG Cal Cooley. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell y'all about this new narrative being pushed, right? So Tank Davis and Lamont Roach, they already got the fight scheduled. Exactly, Kawhi. Shout out to the Mexican monster, Kawhi. Yeah, that Glock might look small, but it got a dick on that, Peter. It's got that motherfucker got a dick like a pawn star. That's what I used to tell him. Motherfucker got a ladder on it. Man, I remember I used to have a pistol and the clip was 3 times the size of the pistol. You feel me? I just need something to fire. You feel me? But I remember I had a 40 cal with 50 rounds. I used to call it ball sacks at the bottom of it. You know, you put the ball stacks on it. My homeboy, he had a 50 cal with 100 rounds. He had 2 sacks. I said, yeah, I ain't putting 2 ball sacks on that bad boy. I put 1 up on it. If I can't get rid of it in 50, then it ain't meant for me to get rid of it. If I can't get out of there with 50 shots, another 50 ain't gonna help. You feel me? But check this out, right? And I'm glad you're here for the bullshit, Miss Ty, because you know I'm about that bullshit. I'm always about the bullshit. Like Cal Cooley said yesterday, it would happen when you give a nigga a microphone. Hey, Brock Howard, you coming through here and you sitting there speaking to everybody like that, you know you blocking my chat, bro. You blocking my chat, doing all these typing. I'm just joking, bro. I'm just joking. But that was what was said to me before. So, you know, I'm going to stop being mentioned now. Let's go ahead and play. You know, shout out to the beautiful Queen, Miss Arena in the building, you know. And that's the reason why I don't talk in people's chats. You feel me? GM, salute, King. Peace and bliss. It's funny. When I started speaking, Brock, I said I was just joking with you, bro. I was joking with you, Brock. It's funny how when the bullshit started, GM hop right out the cut. It's crazy. It's Ty and GM, both of them are ready for the bullshit. That's crazy. That's crazy. Ty and GM. Damn. What the hell I'm gonna do with these people right here? But check this out, right? Yeah, it's in the Discord. Everybody know what I'm talking about in the Discord. Because Big Supreme missed the ass. Big Supreme missed the ass want to put 2 and 2 together. Oh, I know you is, GM. I'm telling Big Supreme to let it go, but he want to play super secret detective and shit, trying to figure shit out. And he figured it out, so I couldn't lie to him. Yep. Yep. Can't lie to him. So Big Supreme figured it out because he motherfucking damn Blues Clues in this motherfucker. Mike Rhyme in the building, salute. Yeah, Creole to travel. That's what the General Cal Cooley said yesterday. Boy, you can't give a nigga a mic. Yeah, sometimes us niggas we don't know how to act when we got that mic in front of us. You know something? Turkey trying to get some money, but if Floyd Mayweather did do a comeback fight versus George Kambosos, he beat the fuck out of George Kambosos. That's how ass George Kambosos is. Floyd Mayweather can take a decade off, come back, and still beat that nigga ass, dog. And all Floyd got to do is attack that nigga's left side. That's the one thing about George Kambosos that I've been telling people from day one. Even Devin Haney and Bill Haney seen it. Attack George Kambosos' left side, he cannot defend it. He is one of the few boxers that has won the championship that doesn't have power in both hands. Like his motherfucking damn left side, George Kambosos, he's awkward as fuck with his left hand. Like he can't even throw a decent punch with that left hand. You feel what I'm saying? So if you attack him from his left side, the man can't fend you off. The nigga's ass over there. Hey, Ty Drakeford, if he comes back and fight George Kambosos in a real fight, you got to give it to him. Because you got Africa trying to fight this nigga, and Africa's a current champion. So if Africa's trying to fight Kambosos, then it must be relevant. Creole, I just told you I can give you the song, bro. I just told you I can give you the song. Unless you go download it off of YouTube. I just told you how to get it. I know you're trying to get out the system, but that's the only way I know to do it. Unless you go to my boy G-Stack's page, my cousin G-Stack. You got to go to his page, and I guess if it's a way you can download it off of internet, off the YouTube, I guess. But I got the original track. I know he got it posted on YouTube though as well, but it's not the original track, but it's the same track though. I got the damn quality straight off the computer from the studio, so But let me get into it though. I done went off on a tangent already. So check this out, right? Brock Howard, Oscar De La Hoya had a vicious right. What do you mean? He hit Julio Cesar Chavez with that right a few times. Whoever said Oscar De La Hoya didn't have a right don't have eyes. Oscar De La Hoya could knock you out with both hands. You feel me? He can knock you out with both hands. Don't let them lie to you. Don't let them lie to you. But, all right, let me get into it because we're doing a lot of damn side shit. All right. Y'all give me 1 second. All right. So now I'm looking at Big Supreme as he in the damn Discord being a troublemaker. God damn, Big Supreme. This nigga in there tripping. All right. Salute to Open the LDTV in the building. All right. Check this out, right? Now, everybody know that Tank Davis, yeah, I seen that open. That's why I was just looking at. I was like, God damn, Big Supreme. So y'all know even Key in there catching strays. I should, Mr. M Pride, salute. I should tell Key if she got enough time to type in motherfucking Discord, she can get her ass on the show. But yeah. So look, here we go. I had to close that out. People are actively scared of Tank Davis, right? And I hate to say it. And people actively are trying to treat Lamont Roach like the finish line. They can't wait to run into that man. You feel me? A lot, like I tell people, when I look at Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach, that shit looks like a glorified sparring match. It looks like a glorified sparring match to me. You feel me? Tank sparred with that man. He gave that man life. And now that man showed his true colors, right? Now, if you everything you say you is, if you Kevin Gates, I'm him, like you said, like you say you him, you Kevin Gates in this bad boy, that you got your wings and you want to fly, then why are you trying to entertain anything else? And right now, they saying Coach Calvin and Javante Tank Davis team and Ramon Seafood, that's the way they do, bro. You know, Meek Mills made a song that he say, they thought it was over, we got low in the city. I tell my niggas go and they gonna spin till they dizzy. I feel like it be my bro before my enemies get me. You feel me? It'll be your bro before your enemies get you. Hey, Marquis, tell her ass if she can do all that, she can get on the goddamn show. Tell her that, Marquis. But yeah, it be your brothers for your enemies get you. Like, I spared you in front of your kid, your wife, your mama. And now you trying to put shit on my name, you trying to put dirt on my name, all this bullshit. Nigga, I'm about to step you out in front of your kid. This is going to be a lasting memory. When your kid grow up, he going to remember me putting you out. And like, bro, that's the worst thing that can happen. Like, bro, that used to be my biggest fear, bro. I'm not going to lie. That's why I used to go so fucking hard, bro. Like, I know my mama loved me. I know my wife loved me. I know my kids love me. But anytime I've ever gotten an altercation or if I was in the ring and they was around, I knew I had to utterly destroy my opponent. Like, I had to literally and utterly destroy my opponent. Like, I'll probably be like Shakur. I don't like to lose. I don't like to lose. I got too much pride, bro. I can't just let you whoop me in front of my kids. I can't let you whoop me in front of my family. I can't let you. You definitely can't whoop me in front of my wife. It's over. If I get an ass whooping in front of my wife, no matter how much I love her, I'm gonna go ahead and get a divorce. I'm gonna go ahead and tell her go on about her business. Because every time we get in an argument, she not about to sit there and say, "Oh, you getting loud with me." But what you was doing, that nigga was beating in your ass. Nah, we not about to have that go on. We not about to have that go on. Devin Haney wondering why his wife is entertaining motherfuckers online. Nigga, she seen you get dropped 7 times. She seen you get dropped 7 times. And women might tell you it's okay, baby. But whenever you get your ass whooped in front of a girl, sex life over with, bro. Like, bro, that shit could have been the Nile River. It could have been the Nile River. Soon as you get your ass beat, that shit turns into the Gobi Desert. That shit turns to the Gobi Desert. And any woman in here will tell you that if they say it different, they're lying. Because as a man, You know, we are the symbol of masculinity, of danger, of protection. How can your woman get turned on about you protecting and you getting your ass whooped? Miss Arena, Miss Ty, y'all both in here. Let me ask y'all a question. If y'all man get his ass whooped in front of y'all, be honest. He not getting no more nookie, right? Be honest now. If you see your man get balled the fuck up, and later on he try to get some cut up, y'all ain't giving that man no cut up. Let's be honest, Arena. Let's be honest, Ty. That man gets no more snafu, do we? Like, it's over. Let's be honest. Can we be honest in this bad boy? Exactly, not Ether. The catch me outside girl even said that Devin's a punk and he ain't got no power. Okay, Ty, what if it's a one-on-one and y'all both get your ass whooped? Then he definitely ain't getting it, right? and this is a woman, keeping it real, people. She's keeping it real. This is a beautiful, sophisticated lady, and she's telling you if her man is getting trashed, she got to go. And that's being honest. So what y'all think Devin's girl felt? That's why Devin trying to push that Oster and shit. So, baby, he was doped up, baby. He was doped up. He was doped up. That's the only reason, baby. He was doped up. You think Shakur trying to get his ass whooped in front of NBA YoungBoy's ex-girlfriend? Nah. She was just with a thug. Now she with Shakur. If that's why he running around here acting like he's so tough. How he's such a killer. He trying to keep up that facade. Arena says you, and then you're leaving, right, Arena? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why people don't understand, but that's why Shakur don't went on this gangster shit, y'all. Shakur trying to impress that damn girl. Shakur trying to impress that girl with some gangster shit. So now, the table is set. Tank did this man a solid. This man shitting on Tank. This man was recently fighting on Pro Box. And I told you that Lamont Roach and his greedy ass father was going to try to get a little extra. Y'all remember I told y'all that? Man, anytime me and Key say something, boy, I tell you that shit aging. And I ain't talking about like ching chong, ting pong, chicken so oh. I'm talking about aging, like adding years, like fine wine, baby. I ain't talking Asian like chicken fried rice, General Tso's chicken, and egg fouillons. Nah, I'm not talking about that. But that's what I'm saying. This shit ages great. You feel me? And I told y'all, I seen the greed in that little troll ass eyes, bro. I told you, that nigga dad is a troll. Shout out to the OG Thomas Hill in the motherfucking building. But yeah, I told y'all that nigga wanted extra dough. He wanted the extra flow. Yeah, Ramon Seafood. Yeah, everybody can't win. But you can't lose in front of your girl. If you know it might be a battle that you, if it's a battle that you might can't win, just tell them to stay away. You feel me? Like, hey, check this out. Girl, go get your hair done today. I'm gonna go handle this myself. Because see, if she watching the playback, that's different than seeing it in person. So you can lie about the shit on the playback. Like, girl, I had something in my eye. They put something in my drink. You know, like, I just wasn't feeling it. Like, my coach told me that I need to take the dive so we can get a little bit of money. You know, you can say anything. But when she in person and she watching you get your ass, but ain't shit you can say about that, bro. Ain't shit you can say about that. But let's start cooking. So check this out. I told y'all that Lamont Roach and his dad some greedy ass, grimy ass motherfuckers. I told y'all that from the beginning when he sat there and said he could be the face of boxing. First off, nigga, no, you can't. You don't have punching power. You don't have the charisma. You don't have the daringness. You don't have the skills. Lamont Roach, your 15 seconds of fame is over with, my brother. It is over. And now y'all trying to milk this shit for as much as you can because you know this is the biggest fight Lamont Roach will ever have in his career. Lamont Roach can fight. Lamont Roach can go undisputed, and it wouldn't be bigger than this fight right here. Bruce Gas and Jazz, salute my brother. Peace and blessings. Lamont Roach versus Keyshawn. Lamont Roach versus Shakur. Lamont Roach versus Lomachenko. None of them fights are bigger than Lamont Roach versus Tank. Lamont Roach will not make a fraction of what he makes versus Tank against nobody in his fucking career. He can fight Shakur, Keyshawn, and Loma. You can add up all three amounts that he would get for fighting all three of them, and it still will not be opening up shit that Tank will give him. Like I say, you could take all the fights that he's had his entire career, and he made 3 times more than that in his last. No, matter of fact, he made 5 times more than that combined in his last fight versus Tank. That's the difference in money. What he made versus Tank, Shakur Stevenson has never made. What he made against Tank, Keyshawn Davis has not made in his entire fucking career of boxing. What he made against Gervonta Tank Davis, Lomachenko has never made. And Lomachenko's a fucking Hall of Famer. Shakur Stevenson, they say this, they say that about Shakur Stevenson. But Lamont Roach has made more money times 2 as a B-side to Gervonta Tank Davis than Shakur has made in his entire fucking career. You can add up Shakur's 2 biggest paydays. You can add his 2 biggest paydays. And it doesn't equal what he just got versus Tank Davis. So motherfuckers sitting there talking about he need to fight somebody else. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You're saying some stupid shit. Keyshawn Davis' whole career added up and times it by 2, and it ain't worth what that man just made. You can pick Shakur's best fights and add them up. It ain't what that man. I'm not talking about 1. You can add up 3. Now that I'm looking at the math, you can add up 3, and it doesn't equal what Lamont Roach just made. And these niggas talking about it'll be a bigger fight for Keyshawn or Shakur instead of running it back with Tank. Nigga, you sound scary. You sound stupid. And you sound like you're trying to do some misinformation. You're doing some misinformation. And I'm going to tell you about the misinformation. What they're trying to do, since they seen that Tank didn't knock this man out, you got Shakur and Keyshawn that's biting at the bits. And it's funny. Because Shakur just sat there and said he can fight Roach right now. He just said, I can fight Roach right now. But when they just asked him about the Zapata fight, Shakur sat there and said, man, my hands ain't ready. But Shakur, the other day, you sat there and said, when Panda said something, you like, what's up? We can fight whenever. Send me a thing. So then when they contact you, you said your hands ain't ready. Shakur, sit your lying, punk-ass, pussy-fied ass the fuck down, dog. I'm tired of you, Shakur. I'm tired of you. I am fucking tired of you, Shaquita, Twitterson, nigga. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Soft ass nigga. Like, I'm tired of you. I keep giving you the benefit of the doubt, but all you fucking do is fucking lie. I can't stand a thief, and I can't stand a fucking liar. Niggas and flies is 2 things I despise. Do you understand? Like, damn, Shakur. Like, nigga. And you're going to have the nerve to have Tupac's motherfucking name. You bitch ass nigga. The epitome. But what they're trying to do, they know Lamont Roach is free lunch. And anybody that has any skills in fucking boxing, shout out to the beautiful Queen 2 Cent. If you're not subscribed to it, motherfucking hit that subscribe button. But what I'm going to tell you about, right? This is what I'm going to tell you. Anybody that knows anything about boxing, that has any boxing skills, any type of boxing eye, you can, like I said, Gervonta took it easy on Roach. Lamont Roach is free fucking lunch. Shakur knows it. Keyshawn knows it. That's why they circling around that nigga like hyenas and fucking vultures. They know he's the meal for the lion. They know Andy Gill. Shakur losing to Lamont Roach is like Devin Haney losing to Cambosos. It won't fucking happen. I have to be honest, Andy. One thing, even if I don't like a bitch ass nigga, I'm gonna keep it 100. Shakur Stevenson will dance on that nigga all fucking night, dog. He would dance on that nigga all fucking night, and I can't stand his bitch ass. And shout out to the beautiful Queen McGaverick box. If you're not subscribed to her, make sure you subscribe to her as well. The best, she got the best motherfucking animations on fucking YouTube, hands down. But like I said, Andy, even though I don't like his bitch ass, Shakur could beat that nigga with one hand, Andy. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's how bad Roach is, dog. S. Valdez, you say, why don't the other channels tell the truth? Because the other channels is too busy dick sucking, Mr. Valdez. They too busy jocking these other artists because they hate. It's called a hate campaign, S. Valdez. Valdez, you know why? Because they're propaganda. They propaganda. They like to do the hate train. They hate PBC. They hate themselves. They hate anything that's good for boxing. They want motherfuckers to go up on the turkey a la shit who's ruining boxing, who just started a boxing league where fighters are going to be getting paid $750,000 a fight. And another thing about it, Dr. Key says she better not show up while I'm getting my shit on. She told me I can get right today now, damn it. But this is what I'm saying. They see. Well, I mean, Andy Gill, because he wasn't a name, bro. I mean, he wasn't really a name, Andy Gill. But he's done built the name. He's done built himself a name. My nigga Fresh Bacon with them pies, salute. Big Supreme in the building, salute. But this is what I'm saying. He's a name. And the reason why he wants to fight him now, Andy Gill, is because they can unilaterally duck Tank Davis with fighting Lamont Roach. And listen to what I say when I say they can unilaterally duck Tank Davis and push a narrative and make that narrative so fucking strong because a lot of failed people out here will believe the narrative. And I'm gonna tell you the narrative that they're trying to push. I see the play, man. They trying to push the play. Like they trying to push the play. Check this out, right? They know Shakur cannot fuck with Tank Davis. Hey, Big Dub, bro, if you'd have been over here last week, I've been said that, bro. I've been said that, Big Dub. I've been telling people that Tank Davis and Lamont Roach are childhood friends. Tank Davis used to spend the night at Lamont Roach house. If y'all seen the whole build up to the fight, it was respectful. Tank didn't even want to talk shit to Lamont because his mom was in the crowd. He even said, why'd you bring your mama to the fight? Tank had so much respect for Lamont Roach's mom and his family, he was not about to do shit to him in front of his family. But now that Lamont Roach and his damn dad done sat there and showed their hand, oh, now Tank gonna knock him the fuck out in front of his mom, his kid, and his fucking girl, and look dead at his dad like, yeah, pick that bitch ass nigga up, because that's what's about to happen. Exactly, McGarvey, that's what's about to happen. And that's how you make a statement, knock a nigga out in front of his fucking kids. And I can't wait for the rematch. Snuff that goddamn Roach with some boric acid in front of his kids, damn it. That's what you do. Because he showed you what type of person he is. And now him and his dad trying to ask for extra money and shit. Like, come on, bro. Shout out to my brother Marcus Robinson in the building. And that's a shout out to Don't Mess with Texas. And see, like I said, they trying to unilaterally duck Tank Davis. Because look, like I said, Lamont Roach ain't shit, bro. He beat Hector Garcia because he punched him in the back of the head. He cracked that nigga cerebellum. He cracked that nigga cerebellum. If you know anything, a rabbit punch is illegal in boxing because that motherfucking shit will knock you the fuck out. I don't give a fuck who you is. You get punched in the back of your goddamn head, you're going to sleep. You're going to fucking sleep. Now, what it is, Shakur Stevenson know he can't fuck with motherfucking Tank Davis. He knows this shit. He knows Tank Davis will beat that nigga like he owe him back child support. He will beat the fuck out of him. Keyshawn Davis knows he don't want to rump with the original Don Dar. He don't want to rump. He know he a pussy hole. He don't want it. He sat there and built his following off of, he been tricking the game for too long. I want to fight him. He light-skinned, no. Light-skinned, no. I want to fight him. I want to fight light-skinned. I don't want to fight nobody else but Tank. After he wins his belt, well, you know, everybody would like to see me versus Pitbull Cruz. I mean, I think me and Pitbull Cruz is like the biggest fight ever. Like, that's what the fans want to see. Me and Pitbull Cruz. Nigga, what happened to you and Tank? I thought you didn't want nobody but Tank, and he been tricking the game for too long. Ain't nobody calling for you and Pitbull Cruz, nigga. Ain't nobody calling for you and motherfucking Pitbull Cruz, nigga. Pitbull done got beat by Giovanni Cabrera. He done got whooped by the motherfucking Barroso and got stopped by motherfucking El Rayo. Who the fuck is asking for that shit? So now you want Tank Davis leftovers again. Didn't you just cry about Pedraza? Now, Tank Davis beat Pedraza when he was undefeated and a champion. You brought this nigga out of retirement back down to a different weight, and now you complaining about this shit, but now you want his leftovers again, right? You had a chance to fight Ryan Garcia, Keyshawn, but you turned that down. You realized that was a little bit too much steak for your tummy, huh? You realized that he would knock you and Shakur the fuck out. That's why Shakur didn't pursue the Ryan Garcia fight. That's why Keyshawn didn't pursue it. They went back and looked at that Devin fight and was like, you know what? We not giving that Spanish motherfucker this shit right here. Hell no. Hell fucking no. And they left that Ryan shit alone. They said Ryan already got Devin. He not about to get another. He not about to get a notch on us. But they seen motherfucker Lamont Roach. And anybody can step on a goddamn Roach. And they got that shit in they goddamn head. Shakur will feed Roach like a motherfucker drop steak on the goddamn floor. Do you hear me? Keyshawn will feed Roach like dirty dishes in a project house with the lights off. You feel me? But Tank coming in there with the lights on this time. So Roaches is gonna scatter, but then he still get popped. They still getting popped. I mean, Roach grenades going off, is boric acid, and motherfucking mouse traps. Everything's gonna be right there for the Roach to be dissected. Fine wide salute. The Roach ain't gonna make it up out of there. It's the Roach Motel. The Roaches check in, but they're not checking out this time. And when he do that shit, I want him to look at each one of them and be like, yeah, you bitch ass nigga. Now pick them up. Leave them stressed with the corner. How them niggas pick them up. Like that motherfucker, what's my man, Kevin Gates and NBA Youngboy. You say your niggas TTG, he trained to go. Yeah, like this nigga right here, boy, I got bigger dreams. But see, Lamont Roach cannot beat no champion at 135, even though he rehydrated at 150 something. The nigga was over 150 pounds in that ring versus Tank. But let me explain this to you. Keyshawn will stop Lamont Roach. Shakur will style on that nigga. And Tank is about to stop him. But the thing is, and what these haters and what the propagandists are trying to do, they're trying to get Lamont Roach to ruin his life and miss out on his biggest bag that he's ever going to make, right? He would have beat Dennis Cash Crypto. He would have beat Baranchik because Baranchik was ass. He was all ass, no thighs, like a fucked up BBL. That's all Baranchik was, a fucked up BBL. Ass, no thighs. You feel me? That's all, and that's why Keyshawn was able to get that nigga. That's why they gave him to Keyshawn and nobody else. Shout out to my nigga Slogan One, big AMCFSG in the motherfucking building. But check this out. If Roach fuck up his biggest bag, he fights either Keyshawn or Shakur, he's getting beat. He's getting beat the fuck up. And not only is he getting beat the fuck up, whoever he gets beat by, the propaganda's gonna come out. Oh, he fought tooth and nail. Well, no, the lead up, he actually beat Tank. They cheated Lamont Roach versus Tank. They cheated Lamont Roach versus Tank. He really won that shit. He really beat Tank Davis. He beat Tank Davis, man. And see, I beat him. So in retrospect, I'm better than Tank Davis. Like y'all see Tank Davis struggle with this nigga. I cleaned this nigga up. I left him stank. So I am the best at 135, and everybody know it. Tank know it. They gotta respect my gangster. And everybody's gonna push that narrative. Oh, did you see Keyshawn stop Lamont Roach and Tank? Tank really lost to him. Like that would be the narrative, and that's what they're trying to push. Oh, y'all see Tank can't fuck with Shakur? You see how Shakur boxed the shit out of Lamont Roach? Tank been ducking Shakur. That's what it is. And that's the narrative they're trying to push, and people are so stupid they don't see the shit, dog. If you was a fan of boxing, you would love to see Tank versus Roach Part 2, like we seen Castillo Floyd 2, how we see Maidana Floyd 2, how we seen Wilder 2 and 3 versus Tyson Fury. Why are people trying to stop this man from getting his get back so bad? And like I said, Tank is starting to get the Floyd Mayweather treatment. And the Floyd Mayweather treatment is, Floyd didn't really have fans like that, bro. Floyd was a little short, arrogant motherfucker, and people hated Floyd. But the reason why Floyd sold so many pay-per-views is because people wanted to see Floyd lose in real time. People wanted to see Floyd get beat the fuck up. And people would pay to see it. And each time they would be upset because it didn't happen. Hey, Thomas, it looked like Baranchik laid the fuck down. And see, I'm going to tell you what, everybody talking all this shit about Lamont Roach and how great he is. But when he gets back in that ring with Tank Davis and he gets stopped in less than 6 rounds, watch how the detractors be like, man, I knew he wasn't shit. He wasn't nothing. But one thing about Tank Davis, if you fight Tank Davis, you are instantly a star. Tank Davis like Bill Clinton. Monica Lewinsky gave that nigga some head and she became famous off a dirty ass dress. You feel me? Eastside Pick Cruz got beat by one hand for 9 rounds. He got famous because he didn't get knocked out. Mario Barrios gets back-to-back championship fights after getting stopped by Tank. Rolly Romero gets a championship belt after being stopped by Tank. Frank Martin got a ghost, and now everybody want to fight Frank Martin after being stopped by Tank. So Tank is like a rite of passage. Floyd Mayweather beat the shit out of Canelo Alvarez, and Canelo Alvarez became the biggest fighter in boxing. And out of all the shit he done did after being undisputed, and all the fights that Canelo Alvarez has been in, his biggest fight is still his loss to Floyd Mayweather. No win on Canelo's resume is bigger than that loss that he got. He gets more credit for that loss than any of his fucking wins. And that's the same with Tank Davis. Tank Davis beating you is better than anybody you done beat. And that's what he does for people. He stimulates the motherfucking economy. And what he doing is Lamont Roach. Yeah, Lamont Roach is somebody right now. But ain't nobody gonna pay to see Lamont Roach versus Shakur. Ain't nobody paying to see Lamont Roach versus Keyshawn Davis. If he fights anybody besides Tank Davis, that shit will not be pay-per-view. It will not be motherfucking pay-per-view. And you can say what the fuck you want to say. Who else can Lamont Davis fight and make it pay-per-view? Nobody. So people pushing that narrative. That nigga go fight Shakur Stevenson, he might make $1 million. He fight Keyshawn Davis, it's gonna be under 100. It's gonna be under 500,000. Keyshawn Davis ain't made $1 million. So how the fuck you gonna get $1 million versus that nigga? Because you're not even the A side to Keyshawn, really. Well, he might give you the A side just to get your soft ass in that ring so he can make a name off of you. But yeah, so they everything is all good with the Tank Davis fight except for the money situation. They got the date, they got the venue, they got everything. The only thing they discussing now is the money. which I said weeks ago that Lamont Roach and his father are gonna try to price themselves out. They feel like they want 45% to 50%, dog. Like his dad said, my son should be champion, so he should get 50%. First off, your son has been on free TV his whole life. And Dimitri Bivol beat Canelo Alvarez. And when Dimitri Bivol beat Canelo Alvarez, he still wasn't making a fraction of what Canelo Alvarez made. Terrence Crawford beat my guy Earl Spence. And he ain't never seen another payday like that again. I mean, Ty Drake, I believe that they, if anything, you know, they got 30% last time, right? Just because the fight is bigger, and I'm a fair individual. And I believe in you can't put a price on somebody's life. Because like I told y'all yesterday, 13 people died in boxing per year. Every year around 13 people. I mean, if you get a man 35%, that's cool. I mean, you feel what I'm saying? But he also got to realize it's a bigger fight. So the percentage on, like the percentage of 500,000 and the percentage on 800,000 is still going to be bigger. Like if you're getting 30% of 500,000, 30% of 800,000 is a hell of a lot bigger. You feel what I'm saying? Damn, shout out to her, Big Supreme. I ain't even know, bro. I ain't even know. But that's what I'm saying. But people die in fighting all the time, bro. It's a comeback sport. It's one of the most dangerous sports, period. And shout out to my brother Thomas Hill up in here. Shout out to the beautiful queen, Miss Ty, up in here. And look, I need 5 people to support the grind. We getting started today. We up here about to let this shit cook. Open panel today. But I need 5 people to support the grind for the day. Y'all know how we do. You know we demonetized over here, but we get by on 5 people supporting the grind. Can I get 5 people in the Cash App or the PayPal? How y'all doing today?
What's up, Upper? I was trying to click in when you were saying why you think he deserved more money. Because me personally, I wouldn't give him any more money. I mean, you didn't win the fight, and you really only granted a rematch if Tank lost. And since he didn't lose, y'all fought to a draw. I mean, y'all both need to fight again, yes, but you need a little more than Tank do. Why should he get any more money? I wouldn't give his ass a damn thing on his surviving Tank Davis tour.
Let me tell you something, though, Miss Ty. Actually,
I'm listening.
Tank Davis needs this fight more than Lamont Roach.
I don't think so.
Can I explain it to you?
Yeah.
Because Tank Davis is now being questioned about how great he is. A lot of fans out here saying that Tank actually lost, which he didn't. But a lot of people are actually saying that. And, you know, you don't want the narrative to go out there if Lamont Roach goes somewhere else and a Shakur or Keyshawn beat him, then, you know, that's more ammunition for the Tank haters right there. And like I said, I'd say 35%. I mean, you know, it's still his life out there, and the fight has become that much bigger. But you know, in a perfect world, you know, they would keep to what they agreed to. You feel what I'm saying? First, he didn't even have to put you on. First, he could have stopped you. You're not respectful. But you also got to look in consideration. The fight is that much bigger. They are going to Vegas now. You feel what I'm saying? They are going to Vegas. Even though Tank is the cash cow, you know, for a great dance, you still have to have a great dance partner. And everybody wants to see him get his face back. This is the defining moment in Tank Davis's career because, you know, he's really never really had no adversity in boxing. Now people want to see if he can pull through the adversity, if he is what they say he is, or if he's a hype job. And a lot of people think Lamont Roach has Tank Davis's numbers, which is casual fans that don't know shit about boxing. Mr. Box Fanatic, salute. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all up to a person's the way a person looks at it, but that's the way they feel. And shout out to the beautiful queen, which is you, Miss Ty, with the $5 holler. I appreciate you, queen, always coming through showing love every day. But
Of course.
like I said, I believe that, you know, the fight's bigger. You feel what I'm saying? The fight's gonna do probably double what it did last time. The gate did 7 million. The gate's gonna do over 15 in Vegas. It's in Vegas. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to my brother 6500, bro. I'm trying, bro. But you know, they still need to fight. Even though Lamont Roach is not gonna make not even a fourth of this versus anybody else, we still have to admit the fact that this is an opponent for Tank. And without this man, Tank don't get that payday either unless he fights Loma and them, but it's gonna still be questions. Now, do I think he deserves the 45% that him and his dad talking about? Fuck no. Nigga, you was on Pro Box. Nigga, you was on free TV. Miss Barbara D. Salute, beautiful queen. Nigga, you can add up all your paydays. Matter of fact, this is what people don't understand. Lamont Roach can add up all of his paydays, and Keyshawn Davis can add up all of his paydays, and you can put Keyshawn Davis and Lamont Roach's paydays together, and you can times it by 2, and it'll still be less than what he just made. And that's
You
crazy.
know, yeah, when you break it down like that, I see what you're saying. The only thing I disagree with is that Tank needs this fight more than Lamont. Because as you said, Lamont was on Pro Box before this. Lamont can take another fight, but it's no guarantee that it will be on pay-per-view. Tank is going to
Oh,
remain
they ain't
on
gonna be on
pay-per-view.
pay-per-view.
That's what I'm saying. But Tank will remain on pay-per-view. That's just what he is. He's a pay-per-view star.
Yeah.
So he needs this fight just to get away any questions. But I wouldn't say he needs it more than Lamont. Lamont needs to actually get this cloud off of his head. Tank, he needs it too, just for us hardcore fans, just to, you know what I'm saying, stamp it. But from where I'm looking at, Lamont needs this more than anything. And going on this tour is kind of leaving a bad taste in my mouth. Like, I gave him his props during the first fight. I said he came to fight, and he showed that he came to fight. But the way that he's moving after the fight indicates to me that you really don't have faith in yourself. So
Exactly.
if I was Tank, I would offer you the same thing that I offered you before, because you can turn it down. Yes, that is your choice. And yes, I will have to deal with some ridicule from some of my fans, but for how long? Because by the time I announce my next fight, we on to the next. You're going to be back on the curb eating cat food, not me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said take what you offered and don't be greedy.
But the reason why I say Tank needs it more, because Tank is a bigger star. So, you know, it will affect his stock a lot more, because Lamont Roach, we all know he don't have no fucking stock. Like, nigga, you only famous because you fought Tank. Just like Pitbull Cruz. Nigga, you're nothing special. So, you know, his shit just fly by night. Because when he gets into the ring with Tank and he gets knocked out, it'll still be the same for him. He'll still have the loss. But Tank needs it for his legacy and for people doubting him. That's what I'm saying. See, Tank Davis has a different trajectory than Lamont Roach. See, Tank Davis is destined for greatness. Tank Davis' name is trying to be up there in them lights with the best that have done it. But you also don't want the stigmata of, well, you didn't fight this fight again. You feel what I'm saying? Because that does come up against you and come to play when, you know, they talk about the greats. And like GM said, you definitely don't want Shakur to beat Lamont before Tank. You don't.
Shakur is not going to fight. No, he's fighting hand disease right now. But you mentioned,
And that's what I feel like Lamont really is, though. Honestly, I feel like he's. Look, y'all think I'm bullshitting. He don't go 6 rounds this next fight. I'm telling you.
Hell
oh
no,
no,
he
he's
don't.
definitely
Hell no,
definitely
he
fighting.
don't.
He's
I broke it
definitely
down.
fighting.
I showed the video for you the other day, Miss Ty.
Yeah, I saw it.
You see when Tank had the nigga drunk. He was drunk.
Yeah.
Tank didn't
Not to
attack
mention
him.
they was talking the whole fight, and Tank was like giving him
Yeah,
pointers. I saw that. You know, that's what I'm saying though. But that even proves my point. Why should I give you more? And I really helped you on the first fight.
exactly. But see,
But you know what? Too.
niggas
The
show
thing
their
is,
true colors. Niggas
yeah,
show their true colors.
niggas really do. But you see how
Hold that.
we all say Shakur should have rematched De Los Santos, but the nigga never did. I mean, his career is what it is, but he's not even a big of a star as Tank is now. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
guess what? And I'm gonna let you answer this question right here. And after Shakur decided he didn't want to rematch De Los Santos, when was his
Hey,
next fight? When was his next
I'm
fight,
gonna
Ty?
let you get your question off, bro. But you know, if you let her answer, she gonna keep on talking. Ty can talk her ass off.
I know this nigga didn't. Timescale. No,
I'm
you
just gonna
didn't.
ask this question real quick. After Shakur
I'm
didn't
just
fight
up.
De Los Santos, right? He moved to Thursday. He moved to Thursday boxing. Then after that, he moved to the undercard across the seas twice. So after Shakur decided not to rematch, everybody stopped hearing that boogeyman talk. Everybody's talking Shakur this. He had Devin scared, all this. When Shakur decided not to rematch Edwin De Los Santos, if you can go look it up, his following took a hit. He lost over 50% of his following on IG and Twitter, Ty. And people was like, yeah, that nigga ain't trying to go back and fight it. Especially when people showed that picture of him turning tail and actually running. Like, this nigga turned his
I'm
back
number
and
one.
took off. And, like, he's never really recovered from that. Like, the man, he done started going to Thursday boxing. And then after he didn't do good on Thursday boxing, they got the nigga fighting overseas and shit. And hell, if I do remember, he fought Padley overseas. He was getting booed in that fight too. Like, damn. Like, this nigga can't catch a break. And that's all because he didn't rematch De Los Santos. But go ahead, Miss Todd. I think Thomas had something to say.
No, I'm afraid to talk. Go ahead, Thomas.
I'm just joking with you, talking about.
Thomas done bullied the lady.
You
Damn.
know you, my girl. Go ahead.
I'm gonna put a 1 in the chat. Y'all let me know if it's all right to talk after Thomas is done.
My bad. I apologize, Queen. My bad.
Nah, you good. Go ahead.
No, that question was directed to you. I'm good. I was just joking because you be cooking.
No, I was gonna say to your point, Upper. I can see where you're going with that, but I could argue that his career wasn't all that before then. I wasn't really checking for him like that. I mean, he got 22 fans. You know what I'm saying? Half of them is who? Bud, Carissa Shields, Keyshawn. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't exciting, is my point. So it's not like people were tripping over themselves to go to any of his fights anyway.
Hold on 1 second. Richie L. It's $1 Sosa Smith. It's right there going across the bottom of the screen. Right there. Up under Miss Ty. Just went up under Miss Ty. It's $1 Sosa Smith. But I mean, he had a good fight versus Jamil Herring. That was a great fight. Shalom to my brother Rod Walker.
That's because he knew he could beat Jamil. He sparred him 20 million times. I mean, let's be for real. He sparred the nigga 87 times before he actually fought him. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, yo, and I know people think I'm hard on Shakur, which I might be.
That's why he wants to fight Lomachenko, because he done sparred that man all these damn years. He feel like he knows Lomachenko.
That's my problem with Shakur, yo. Like, my biggest problem with Shakur is he only a dog when he's not facing one. That is my biggest problem with Shakur.
That's why he wanted that Devin Haney. That's why he wanted that Devin Haney smoke, because he know he can spar Devin all these years.
I don't know, but I mean, I guess I get what you're saying. Why he deserves more, but I wouldn't outprice myself. I wouldn't go no higher. What you say he got last time?
30%.
30.
And we could verify that. We know that for a fact.
Yeah, the most I give.
So I wouldn't give him no more than like 31%. That's more.
The most I would give that nigga is 35, and that you have to pull teeth for that. But
I'm trying to tell you.
If I give you 35, you don't get no front end. You get no front end.
And that's another thing. He run around here like he wasn't getting no back end money. Like, yo, I mean, I get it. It's the business. But to me, the way he moving don't warrant no more money.
What you mean he run around like he didn't get no back end money? He got like $7.5 million in the back end.
When he was on the Breakfast Club, he was asked and he was like, oh, who said that? I don't know if he was trying to be facetious or like what he was trying to do with that comment. But he made it seem like he wasn't getting no money on the back end.
Yeah. Shout out to my brother Kawhi, the Mexican monster Elliott in the Cash App with the $2 holler. Appreciate you, King. And shout out to my brother Kevin Livingstone in the Cash App with the $10 make him say holler. Appreciate you, King. Appreciate you.
I'm just saying from a business standpoint, I get what you're saying, that when they go to the table, they could argue those things like, oh, you know, the fight will be bigger now, this, that, and the third. But I mean, if we really want to get down to it, you didn't win. You know what I'm saying? Tank is still the champion. He can go on to be on pay-per-view. You cannot. I'm not saying don't offer him nothing. I'm just saying that he needs to be realistic with his ass.
But you know, it's about supply and demand. And see, his greedy ass father. And see, this is who did that shit, is his greedy ass father, right? Like, shout out to my brother Phenomenal in the Cash App with the $10 holler. Phenomenal always coming through, but it's his greedy ass fucking father, dog. Like Lamont Roach, I seen his greedy ass father when Tank didn't knock him out. He was just so happy, like it was like he won this shit. You feel what I'm saying? And see, like it was.
And I feel they was really celebrating the fact that they didn't get knocked out. That's what they was really celebrating.
And
let's be honest.
You know something? If he would have kept it all the way G, that would be cool. Because he would have been a star. Like Eastside Pitbull Cruz didn't get knocked out. And that's what Tank was trying to do, bro. Like, nigga, we grew up together. You my people. Your mama's my people. Look, I'm about to give you this alley-oop. I'm not going to knock you out. I've had 3 chances in this fight to knock your bitch ass out. But I'm going to let you live because your kids is here, your wife is here, and your mama's here. And I want you to eat too. So the fact that you get to fight me and don't go to sleep, nigga, you an instant star. you at least got 3 big fights coming up next. Like George Kambosos, he beat Teofimo. He became an instant star. That nigga done been getting his ass whooped since. You feel what I'm saying? He been getting his ass whooped since. But just because he beat Teofimo, people give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, well, maybe maybe Devin Haney was a bad matchup. Okay. Well, maybe Maxie Hughes is just better than we thought. Well, it's Lomachenko. Of course Lomachenko's supposed to beat him. So, motherfuckers made excuses for the nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Just like they would have did for Lamont Roach after he got his ass whooped. But they did some foul shit. So now I feel like everything that Tank did, building you up, he's about to break all that shit in one fight. He's gonna bust you the fuck up, and you deserve it. Because you and your dad did some real snake ass shit. And then trying to get the fight overturned. If you
That's
him,
what I'm saying.
you said you him. You said you Kevin Gates. Nigga, you said you him. Then get that bitch back in the ring. Get it back in the ring. Who does? And I said this a while ago. And Thomas, you can vouch. Didn't I tell you that Devin and Bill Haney is about to change the landscape of boxing?
We sure did.
I said we about to see a new precedence. I said Devin is not the face of boxing like Bill said, but I said he's the face of lowering up. I said he will be the new face of lawyering
up. And I would Devin ain't the face of nothing but law and order special.
Now everybody's trying to file lawsuits because of Devin Haney. Like this nigga done changed, just like Steph Curry got motherfuckers shooting threes from half court. Now Devin Haney got everybody trying to motherfucking down. Now everybody trying to motherfucking down. Shout out to my man Richie in the cash app with the $5 holler, bro. Appreciate you, King. Now everybody trying to sue somebody, Ty. Now
okay, so let me present it to you like this, right? You said his performance in the ring and the fact that everybody is anticipating the second fight. Cool, I understand all that, but don't you think these side antics would cause you? Because for me personally, if I'm thinking about it on a business tip, right, like from Al Heyman or what's the other guy named? The one that handles all the business. You doing too much. You go into the position, you're trying to get the fight overturned, you lying in your lawsuit, you know what I'm saying? Irritants in the ring and all this other kind of foolishness. And then you want to come back and sit down at the table to me like you really did something. To me, I would look at you like, are you crazy?
That's real nigga shit. You feel me? That's real nigga shit though. You feel me? But
I would just look at him like, are you crazy?
What? One thing I can say, he playing his position right because he's making this fight that much more bigger because he's bringing all this bullshit to it, and people are going to want to see him get his ass flushed like roaches in the toilet bowl. You feel me? Like he's making it bad for himself. He's making it where he for the people that hate Gervonta Tank Davis, like they love.
They're in awe right now. They loving us. Yeah, I see that damn stupid song everywhere I go.
This is like I said, right, with Earl Spence and Bud. Motherfuckers don't like Bud. And I said that. I said they just hated my guy Earl.
I don't.
And when Earl lost, everybody was hollering Bud this, Bud this. But where was all the Bud fans when he only did 80-some thousand pay-per-views versus Madrimov with Pitbull Cruz bringing 40,000 of the views for his people? Because Pitbull Cruz doesn't have a problem.
That's what I'm saying.
And you got Eminem bringing the other 40,000 because he did a whole concert. So really, Bud and Madrimov only brought about 6,000 like he did when he fought David Avanesian. The pay-per-view Bud did with David Avanesian sold 6,500 pay-per-view copies at $40.
Where was the S on his chest and the cape, the red cape too? Because I didn't see that up in that ring with Madrimov neither.
Exactly. But guess what? People don't understand, but Bud did 6,500 sales versus Avanesian at $40 a clip.
I wouldn't even tell nobody no shit like that. That is ridiculous.
It got so bad that they tried to double charge people's cards. Like, bro, BLK Prime was double charging people.
Oh yeah, they're ass. I don't. I can't be bothered with BLK.
Be rolling.
12th time. That Bud. Look, they couldn't even pay Adrian Broner, so Adrian Broner had to go to Don King.
Well, didn't Bud sue them?
He couldn't. Look, everybody was talking about Bud was getting 10 million. He didn't even get 10 million. He got 4.3. And
that company not worth 10 million.
Huh?
That company's not worth 10 million, BLK Prime.
Exactly, but that's what they was projecting that. You know, Blue Blood and them was projecting that Bud could sell that many because they were saying Bud was a star because Bud Crawford had did 130,000 with Sean Porter after Earl Spence beat him, and then he did 140,000 with Amir Khan. So you know they figured Bud had some type of build up because him and Earl was supposed to be fighting. So they let Bud take a touch up with David Avenese, and that shit did like a $200,000 gate. And it did like 600,000. I mean, 6,500 pay-per-view buys.
Yeah, that's wild. But I mean, I get it, Upper. I see what you're saying. But to your point, what you were saying before, you have nowhere to go but through me because you're not on pay-per-view without me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's really checking for you if it wasn't for me. I gave you an opportunity to showcase your skills. I'm not gonna really beat you up. I'm not gonna knock you out. I'm gonna let you, you know what I'm saying, showcase what you all about. And then you turn around. Not only do you try to sue me, I mean, try to get the fight overturned. Now you on this whole Surviving Tank Davis tour, talking about this, talking about that. I tried to bite you, all this other goofy
Yeah, that shit was
nonsense.
fucked up.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't expect to do all these different things and then come back to me with your hand out even more than it was out the first time. And Tank said, I'm doing this to help my man's out of his situation.
Yeah,
So then
exactly.
you take that and then you take that, flip it, and now all of a sudden you deserve more. I just can't understand the logic behind why you
Like
think
what
you
Tank
deserve
did
it.
for that man, Ty, he would have never made in his career, period.
That's a fact.
He would have never made a third of what he made versus Tank in his entire fucking career. Nigga, you was destined for pro box your whole career. You're not a flashy, star-studded type of fighter. Nobody is checking for you, dog. Nobody wasn't checking for you. Everybody thought that Hector Garcia won that fight that you won. So like
I'm not gonna lie.
that
I
shit
kind
right
of
there
edged
is
it to
the fact
Garcia.
of biting the
I did.
hand that feeds you. Like niggas show you who they are.
I didn't think the knockdown was a true knockdown. I thought it was a rapid punch. But it is what it is. It got counted as one. I'm gonna say this. First and foremost, man, it's about 80 motherfuckers. I'm sorry, 80 people up in this boy, and it probably like 20 something likes, man. Not only
You
can
know
you bang
why?
the cash app,
You,
go
you,
ahead.
you know why they don't hit the like button? Because half of the people in here don't really rock with us, bro. Like half of the people in here, they just want to see what the fuck we talking about because they know we talking that shit. So half of them is getting the ideas for their shows. They come see me and Key to get the ideas for their shows or to sit there and hate and rebuttal everything we say, but they don't speak. That's why they don't hit the like button because
But
they
that's a
really
for
don't like
sure shot.
us.
That's literally like walking in a nigga's house that you don't F with and opening up the refrigerator and getting you something to eat. Mickey
Yeah.
Fricky don't have the decency to knock on the door, ring the doorbell, and then ask for a bit
But
to
you,
eat.
but,
So
but you know,
please
we
hit the
hate him.
Mickey Fricky like button, fellas.
Thomas, we used to have about 150 in here and still wouldn't have but like 50 likes.
I
Remember,
know.
we used to
I
have
know that.
all the Devin Haney fans and all that shit over here. Like motherfuckers really don't like us, but the shit's so real over here. You got to respect it, so you got to keep coming back to watch it.
Yeah, it's
If
like
a
it's like
motherfucker
the people
if
who
they had a vanish mode, motherfuckers would be in this motherfucker under vanish mode. Like,
it, it,
but it'd
it's
be
like
funny
the
though,
people.
because if you say something about one of them, they'll pop up out the cut and be like, I just pulled in here because Key did that once before to a female, but I'm not gonna say her name. But I know she watching. You know.
Hey, but in the process, man, it's like we got Upper being
And
like
Two
a
Cent
tank
won
fight.
that
People
thing.
say they're not gonna watch it, but they ain't here watching. They ain't trying to show their viewership, man. Hit the like button, please, and thank you. It's the secret of the now. Hey, also, you
Well, K Cause
absolutely.
it was 97 people in here a minute ago, K Cause, but and 59 likes. Like I'm looking at the thing right now. We done had over 300 people in here, so they switch out. But it's like I said, I don't really care about that shit. Likes matter when you monetize. I'm not monetized. You
For
feel me?
sure. But
And I can have
it also
150.
triggers the algorithm too. It brings people towards you. I
Shout
mean,
out to my
it's the
brother
least you can
Antonio
do too.
King. But like one thing about it, as long as I got my core people here and the people that look out in the cash app shit, I don't give a fuck about this shit, dog.
For
Like
sure.
I'm here to rock out with y'all, and you're not even on the Discord, is you, Thomas?
I am.
I don't ever see you in there. We be in that motherfucker tripping. Big Supreme started some shit in there today.
I be in there listen. I be listening to dog. Like it be tripping me out. And then the one day I was trying to get on the damn the fight, and I couldn't for some odd reason. It wouldn't let me get on the fight. I couldn't comment or something. I don't know what the fuck was going on.
Oh
It
yeah,
wouldn't
man.
let
I
me
gotta make
talk
sure
or
we
do anything.
gotta
I'm
make
hearing
sure
people talking, and I got something to
you
say.
gotta go in
So
there and press. You gotta press that shit on the You gotta press that shit on the It's right there on the thing. You gotta go into your settings and put
okay,
it where you just can click talk.
okay. Oh, bet. Then that's what's up. I'm glad you
Yeah,
informed me of that.
but yeah,
But what I really
we I
want to
think
say
we're
is,
doing. I think
you go ahead.
I think we doing the we gonna show the fights this weekend.
Oh, for sure. I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah, we gonna see. Yeah,
What
we
I
ain't
really
showed the
want.
fight since the Tank fight. I
Oh
think that
yeah,
was
no.
the beautiful Miss Ty played the Tank fight, didn't you, Ty?
She sure did.
Yeah. Yep.
She sure
Yeah,
did. She did her thing. And I
yes
got
she
nothing
did.
but love for you. I was only joking. I got nothing but love for you. I'm gonna say this though, and I'm gonna be real quick. What you were saying was absolutely right. Now there's a fine line
Hey
between.
Thomas, you give me like 3 minutes. You and Miss Ty go ahead. Give me like 3 minutes. I gotta
Oh,
go
for
see
sure,
get my
for
wife
sure.
on.
You in good hands because I know Ty
Oh
can
yeah,
regulate.
Miss McGyver can hop her little butt up here if she want
Yeah,
to.
she can hop up too. Here, I'll put it back in there just in case you don't get it at the top.
It's pinned at the top of the chat.
Yeah, I know sometimes people be missing it, but I feel you.
Oh, okay.
But I was just gonna say like you're absolutely spot on. But you know, the movements and things that's happening since then, you're right about him looking out for his friend. The thing that you said the most that keyed with me is the fact that he stayed at the house, man. So the respect that he has for his parents is pretty much unquestionable, man. Because it's hard when you come from a place where your own people don't show you that love, and you got people that's not your people showing you love. That's a different kind of form of respect now because it's something that I probably don't even see on a regular around my own folks. So you could tell that he definitely had love for her and for their family. Um, the dude did do well in the ring. I can't not say that. Roach did what I thought he would do in the ring. Tank didn't do as well as I thought he would do in the ring, but I know there's things that were at play that kind of aided in that thing, and one of them was was the game plan that they had put in place from Roach in his camp. But he was distracted even going into that fight. The fight is canceled. Like I said, the fight is canceled was the beginning of you letting people know something was going on behind the scenes, and it had nothing to do with his camp, had nothing to do with his or Roach or in anything in particular. So he was distracted. Somebody that I know that's really close with him is letting me know that there was things that play that are much bigger than boxing. I don't know what they were, but he said it's much bigger than boxing. It has nothing to do with boxing. That being the case, he accepted the fight and he went through the fight. So you got to perform. Shout out to Roach for his performance in the ring. Looking at the
Yeah.
ring, looking at the fight, man, you could say that you could score some rounds for Roach that were kind of swing, and that might lean you to thinking that he won the fight. Same thing with Tank. Um, don't believe the knockdown or the knee was a knockdown. I believe it was what he said it was. It was something that he thought irritated him, and he needed to try to get out of harm's way before something could come and catch him. Roach's reaction further confirms this. It affirms it. He never celebrates a knockdown by looking at a nigga's like, what the fudge are you doing? He usually celebrates vociferously with actions and with his words. He didn't do any of that. He was upset that the ref counted and then stopped the counting and then asked him, what the fudge you doing, man? You can't just be taking a knee. It looks like a knockdown. So he like, yo, why you do that? That being the case, he definitely could get some more money. He would get more money elsewhere in a fight only in guarantee. It would only be in guarantee. You're not going to make the money that you're going to make fighting Tank Davis. Ask Frank Martin. His back end cleared. This boy out here spending money getting ghosts and phantoms and stuff like that. The man got bread, and he got bread that would equal those who are getting way more money than he had been getting that are in his weight class. So the money is game changing fighting Tank. So yeah, he can get a higher guarantee probably, but he can't get a higher pace fighting anyone else than in the rematch. And I think that's where people don't understand the full value of Tank. Tank doesn't get paid a high guarantee. He gets only.
Let me cut in one time. Ain't nobody gonna get Lamar Roach no $1 million guarantee up front.
I mean, you right, but he could
Ain't
probably get a
nobody
higher
gonna give him no
guarantee than what he
upfront
was
guarantee.
getting.
You know, Tank can still give him $1 million upfront guarantee. That's what he get. But Keyshawn Davis don't even make $1 million, so he not getting
no,
$1 million
not Keyshawn.
upfront.
Yeah,
he
definitely.
not getting $1 million upfront versus Keyshawn.
Yeah, definitely not.
Shakur Stevenson tried to give Frank Martin $1 million for the whole fight. So like anywhere he go, whatever he get is gonna be up front, and there ain't no back end.
No back end at all. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. And so yeah,
absolutely.
Well, they
ahead.
just about to. I just want to like. I think it's weird that they complain about him saying he wasn't gonna do the rematch right away, to trying to take the rematch away, saying Roach should fight somebody else. I don't even understand why that makes any sense. Why that's a conversation of, Roach fighting somebody else. I don't understand that. And they're gonna try to say, oh well, he gonna make more if he fights such and such. Of course they're gonna refer to the guarantee, like Thomas was just saying. Like they're gonna overlook the fact that they know the business model at PBC is the fighters make their money on the back end. Just like they tried to say, oh, well, Terrence Crawford was making more than Tank during his fights. No, he wasn't. He was making more of a guarantee, yes, but a total, he was not making more than Tank Davis. So I don't know, like, it seems like they just going to keep throwing out narratives and throwing salt in the fight until the fight happens, because they can no longer smear Roach and act like he ain't nobody and he ain't no competition. And I also think it's funny how now all of a sudden Roach is a great opponent for everybody when before he was a nobody. I think it's weird how that narrative switched.
Yeah, that's foul.
That's cherry
That is
pick.
foul.
That's what they said.
Yeah, that's foul.
Go ahead, sister.
Hey, shout out to the Queens, man. We got Ty up here, MacGyverick, and Jay. We
I'm
cooking.
gonna let McGaverick get in here.
No,
She
no.
just hopped up here. What's up, McGaverick?
Yeah, I'm
Boss,
gonna
what's going
fall
on?
back.
Hey, y'all cook up for a second. I'm like still working, so I'm gonna jump in when y'all
Oh,
done.
okay. Oh, okay. Um, and what is it now? Shakur want to fight, and I'm like, Shakur. I heard Upper cooking when we first came up here, and I just don't. I just think we just got to be real about the reality of Shakur. I don't see him fighting any big competition until his hands get better, and that's it. So I know you keep throwing his name in the hat and throwing people's names out there, but we got to think like
hey,
realistically.
I'm glad
Is
you
this
said
even
that right there.
an
Tell you why?
opponent you want him to see him fight with his injuries?
He can still beat him with the injuries, honestly, in my opinion. But y'all see what y'all remember the other day Panda came out there and said that Shakur was holding up the fights right there. That they tried to send the fight for the Zepeda, but then they said Shakur was holding back. He didn't want to fight on Canelo's undercard, right?
I was just about to say that. Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you what's funny. Shakur sat there and tried to respond on Twitter and say, "What? We can do it. Send me the offer and everything." Right? He just said that the other day, trying to prove himself gangster
That's because
again,
they pulled
saying
his
that.
whole card.
And then guess what? Oscar just pulled his card talking about Shakur. You just said you couldn't fight because your hands fucked up. So that's why I say he needs to shit the fuck down and shut the fuck up, because dude, you keep contradicting yourself. And I used to love Shakur, dog, but all these antics that he started doing, like when Shakur was trying to fight Devin, I was like, okay, the best want to fight the best. That's what I'm talking about. But then he just started doing a lot of fugazi ass shit. Like like after he beat up motherfucking Jamil Herring, I said, okay, this nigga's there. Because I was telling everybody back then that Shakur was better than Devin. And I was like, Shakur is one of them guys. But then he just moving awkwardly. Like he stopped being authentic and trying to be a gangster. Dude, you're not a gangster, bro. You're not a gangster. You can't be a gangster and a boxer. I realized that. I try to be a gangster in the boxing. Y'all see I don't box no more. You feel what I'm saying? Like I shattered my right hand.
But
I
see, but
shattered it.
that's it.
You
I'm
say
sorry.
what?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I shattered my right hand in 87 different places. I got in a street fight. I hit a nigga with a 1 through 8, and he was going down. And as he was going down, I was following up with a straight right, and I couldn't change the trajectory. I had already twisted my hip. I was right there, and his legs just dropped out from up under him. It was like it was a delayed shot because I hit him with a left hook. And that was one thing about me when I used to box. My combo, if I'm in southpaw, If I'm in the southpaw stance, I go right hook, left straight. If I'm in orthodox, I go left hook, right straight. You know, that was always my bread and butter either way, because you know I'm ambidextrous. I can right both hands, throw football both hands. But you know, I had caught him with the left, and I had already twisted my hips and was flushing that right straight down his mouth. And like the left, it was a delayed reaction, and his knees just moved, and my hand smashed into his forehead, cracked his forehead. Now I shattered his forehead, but I shattered my hand too. The doctor said it looked like somebody took my hand and smacked it with a sledgehammer. And I had showed people. Well, you know, I showed y'all a picture of my hand on what was it, about a year ago. Time I showed my hand with the scar. I got a metal plate in my hand now, so I can't box now because I got a titanium plate inside my hand because I shattered the bones in my hand. Like I shattered it. But
you got the metal plate. I know you got the one-headed critter with that metal plate.
Boy, I'm telling you, I love it, boy. When I hit a motherfucker, it's like you hit a home run with a baseball. I go, that's all you hear when you hit somebody. Go, that's why I can't box no more. They said, nah, you can't box with that. But they did let me fight in the tough man contest. I won the tough man contest in 2009 in Greensboro, North Carolina. But then they said I couldn't compete in another one though. But you know, tough man contest had 16 ounces on, so you know it didn't really matter.
Don't Wilder got a metal plate in his hand?
I don't. If you do, that's an unfair advantage if you got it. I think Wilder got a plate in his head from when Tyson Fury hit him with that egg weight. Because he did dent that man's head in, man. That man's head looked like a little baby. Like when they tell you not to press the baby head because you might hit the soft spot, that's what the Tyson Fury did to that nigga. But that's what I'm saying though. Like Shakur, his movements, it fucked me up because I wanted to see it, but then he started regressing. And like I told people, I know Shakur, like Oscar sat there and pulled him in the car and said, bro, you stopped the fight. And it's crazy. Y'all know that Shakur sitting there saying he will fight Roach right now. Yeah, see, Kawhi Elliott said it's in Wilder's head, Big Supreme. Yeah, I thought he got it in his head. Now he said he'll fight Roach right now.
That he had a metal plate in his hand, but I'll look it up though. That fight was capped. I'll look it up though.
Yeah, but they said that Shakur said that he'll fight Roach right now, but he won't fight Zepeda right now. But let me digress.
Do you think he'll fight the winner of Zepeda and Farmer? If Farmer win, y'all think Shakur will fight him?
No.
Probably. I think he'll fight Farmer.
I don't think he really ever had any intentions for real fighting Zepeda. I think they've been ducking each other, and I just think that he likes the clout chase. I don't know what's wrong with Shakur, to be honest.
Yeah, I was telling GM that Shakur really is a product of matchmaking, because if you think about it, he ain't really fighting no different styles. Like, you got a Padley, a Yoshino, a Nakatela. He's not fighting nobody dangerous. He never fought.
And he was going to fight that Joe. He was going to fight Joe Cordina too, and you know Arturum Harashakaru.
Artem probably the best technical fighter he fought.
Nah, but
yeah, my fault. Yeah, I'm walking in traffic. My fault.
Who said Harder Tune? I know his name is Harder Tune, but I call him Harashaka.
Oh, I thought you couldn't pronounce. I was gonna say, what the hell wrong with Upper? No, but I mean, to your point, I really don't think that Shakur has any plans on fighting either of them. That's why I say he doesn't take hard fights. He doesn't take a fight that, in my eyes, is dangerous. Like everybody, you know, they laughed at me when I say he should fight Herrera because Herrera was calling him out. Like, what's the problem? He actually was an option for you, and you selected Padley. So I really just don't understand what the problem is. To me, he doesn't seem like he wants tough fights. Like he wants to just, I guess, present them as they're tough. But I don't think he really wants tough fights because in his mind, for one, he knows that he's scared to take a punch. And for two, he knows his hands can't stand up to nobody that could really bang out.
And see, that's my thing right there. Me being a fighting fan, right? I really wish Shakur just sit back and just shut up until his hands is here. I don't even want him to fight nobody right now. And shout out to the beautiful Queen, Miss Barbara D, in the Cash App with the $5 holler. She said for the grind. Appreciate you, Queen. Like, just take a year off and chill, bro. That's all you got to do. Because I don't even want to see you get in the ring. Because I don't want to hear. I want you at your best. I don't want no excuses. And I don't want the fans to be robbed of a great fight. Like, bro, get yourself together. That's why I say I don't like the fact that Keyshawn is trying to fight De Los Santos after him being on a 2-year layoff. The man had blood clots, so he couldn't work out for 2 years. So this is a man that's been laid up for 2 years. The man is about 190 fucking pounds, dog. De Los Santos is a slob right now. I hate to say it. The man is chunky. He's out of shape. He hasn't been able to work out for 2 years. He had a shoulder injury. Like, that's like a free win for Keyshawn, bro. Like, you fighting somebody off a 2-year layoff with shoulder injury that had blood clots. Of course, Keyshawn is gonna bang him out. And you only giving him an 8-week training camp? No, bro, no.
Saying De
That
Los
man
Santos
need.
might catch that nigga, man.
I mean, I don't give. Okay, y'all see what remember I told y'all that Joe Parker was gonna beat the Congo, right? Did I tell y'all? Remember we was in the chat room and I said Joseph Parker gonna stop that nigga. Remember I told you that?
That's a fact.
And he knocked that fat nigga down, didn't he?
No, he
I don't
definitely
give
did.
I don't give a damn how much power you got, how much of anything you got. If you're not in shape, bro, you going down. It's over with. Like fatigue makes people into cowards. And I don't give a damn how much power you got. If a person is in great shape and they train, that's gonna overrule your power, especially if you ain't got no training in. And Edwin De Los Santos, he can hit, but I don't think he hits harder than Javier Herrera. And the
Nah, he
man's out of
definitely
shape.
you tripping, bro. Herrera, I'm not a fan of that Herrera kid, bro. I've been saying it
Man,
in the Discord.
Herrera
That nigga kind of
Herrera got a
ass. I ain't
90%
gonna lie,
knock.
bro.
Herrera got a 90% knockout percentage,
Yeah,
bro.
but you gotta look at who he fighting, bro. He not fighting no
I mean,
live dogs.
I understand, but I'm seeing Herrera's also he can bang, bro. He can hit
He
hard.
can bang, but not like Santos, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, cause you gotta think,
I
right?
feel like he'll stop Santos, honestly. Man,
Tripping.
my boy beat the hell out of Santos. William Foster third.
Gary was beating the
William
shit out of
Foster.
Rayo. He ain't
Did you
stop him.
see?
Santos put Rayo to
Yeah,
sleep, bro. That's not easy to
but
do.
bro, did you see
And
that though?
Santos only like 24, really 25.
Okay, but check this out, right? First off, El Rayo was at a smaller weight. And as you move up in weight, any boxer notice, as you move up in weight, your punch resistance moves up, right? El Rayo was about 160 while he was fighting Gary Antoine Russell. And he's on snack. Snack builds up your punch resistance. We sat there and watched we watched Jesus Ramos beat the shit out of the nigga on snack. We watched J Rock get the shit beat out of him on snack. Snack lets motherfuckers take ass whoopings. And El Rayo was every bit of 160, 165 when he fought Gary Antoine Russell. He was way bigger than Antoine Russell. And you got to also remember, Edwin De Los Santos caught him as he was throwing. It's the punch that you don't see coming. Like, he was throwing the same time and he caught El Rayo. It was like a bang, bang play. That's why that happened. Like, that
Yeah, that
don't
might
mean
happen to
that
Keyshawn too, bro.
don't. I'm gonna tell you like this: Edwin De Los Santos ain't hitting harder than Gary Antoine Russell.
Yo, bro, I don't know, bro. Santos could crack, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one better. Okay,
But he's not in shape, Big Supreme. Like
Nah, I'm not denying that. I'm just
okay.
saying, like,
Tank Davis
I like
stopped
Santos.
Barrios. Tank Davis stopped Barrios, and he was dropping Barrios like 3 times, right? Barrios get up there with one-time Thurman. One-time Thurman couldn't even put him down. As a matter of fact, he hurt Thurman
Yeah, but then
because
you got to add that Thurman was on a 3-year layoff, though.
you also got to add
Thurman
that
that was active, not Barrios.
you got to also add that they moved up in weight, so your punch resistance moves up and more power when you go up. You feel what I'm saying? He was bigger when he fought Keith Thurman. That's what I'm saying. When you
Barrios
move
was
up,
on snack too, though.
yeah, just like El Rayo.
Then I'm about to get on snack too. Then fuck it.
I took
goodbye,
snack.
Big Supreme.
I told y'all I took snack. Snack had. Honestly, I told y'all I took snack. Snack had me as I didn't take the silver package, but snack like $700 some for like a 90-day supply. And you know it helps you work out and everything, but I don't take the one where you got the IVs and the liquid because they got a comprehensive package that is like between $20,000 to $40,000. Like that's when they take you down to their damn facilities, got you on that treadmill, they take your blood work and they make a comprehensive package for you. You feel what I'm saying? But that's the lowest that dude named Dave, around 700. It was between like 700 to 950. I had a promo code. So
Well, wait
it
a
gave
minute,
me a
because
discount.
I saw it on their website for like 300.
I told you I had the silver. Yeah, that's what I said, Windy City. I wasn't on the snack program. I said I took snack. The snack program is the one where they do the blood work and they bring you to their damn facility. But I'm gonna let the queens cook. 2 Cent must have fell off.
Oh no, I
It
mean,
depends.
oh, we were
It
talking
depends on.
about.
It depends on which package you got. 2 Cent. You know,
No,
I had to.
you can get like you could just go on there and buy like the vitamins or the pre-workout or the protein. You can buy individually.
Yeah, I
You don't
know,
gotta
but
buy
you
like
know,
the
that's why I said I got
package.
the it was called the silver package. It was like 4 different shits that I got. You know, I had just got shot 4 times. You know, I was trying to build my shit back up. You know, I had a hole in my damn chest, hole in my stomach. You know, nigga
So
nicked my
hold on,
lung and
y'all.
everything.
So then, what is this I'm looking at? To send the it say what is this? It says pro. I can't even pronounce this shit. Proglycerine or what is this? It says the fighter
That's
training
like a
stack.
the plug. I think that's like
A
a drink, a
boost.
protein you take before you go to sleep. The
Because
glycerine. I
it
think that's what
has
that's.
the 5 things in it. It has the powder, and then it looks like these 2 little bottle pills. It says Vitalize, ZMA5, Expedite, and Hydro. What is it? Hydrooxygen.
Give you more energy.
Yeah, they got little packages you could get, but they got like a
They got
fighter stack,
packages.
so it's like
And then,
250
yeah,
or
that's what
something
it
like
said.
that.
This says fighter training stack. It says 194.95.
Yeah, that's why I said I had a couple packages put together because I had to get my shit back up, and I had to get my damn I had to heal my body. Plus, I had to try to get my energy and get active. So I had a lot of shit I had to get together.
Was that you
But
up that told me you ain't sleep for like 3 days after you took it?
huh?
Was that you that told me you was up for like 3 days?
That was when I said I took one of them damn pills from the damn gas station when I went to go hit a girl. Remember I
Oh,
took That's what I said. I took them stackers. They was called stackers.
That boy was
Them
stacked.
pills mess around and give you a heart attack.
Yeah, it had my heart feeling like a damn jackrabbit jumping out of that bad boy. It was like I told Shorty, hold up, hold up, hold up. Wait a minute.
Man, I drunk a 5 hour energy one time. I thought I was gonna explode.
mm.
They be putting that coke in that shit,
I
y'all.
can, man, I cannot drink energy drinks or nothing. They make me feel like
Man, I
I'm
just
a
drunk a Red Bull
bust.
right now.
Hey,
Nah,
I'm
I
gonna
don't
say one
fool with
thing.
them.
No disrespect to the females, but that dude named Dave. Just because I don't need it, don't mean I can't use it. I like my wife. My wife will set the mood if I go get half of a blue diamond. If I get half of Viagra blue diamond, she knows it's a long night. I mean, you know, she knows. But I'll be right back. Y'all go ahead and cook. I'll be right back.
Hey, 2 Cents. I'm not gonna lie. I don't do them damn energy drinks either. Cause one night I was pulling an all nighter and I needed some energy, and I didn't mess with sugar. It turned me back on sugar because I had took one of them bad boys. I got to the house. I pulled up in the driveway, and in my mind, I turned the car off, went to the house, got me something to drink, and laid down. I still was at the wheel, still with the gas going, still in drive, and my foot on the brake. I mean, on the brake. And then I think as I started to drift further and further into sleep, all I heard was I tore the damn garage up. I was like, God dang. I never again drank one of them energy drinks.
Nah, man. Somebody had gave me some free, like a free energy drink. They had did like a festival or something. And they was passing them out, like samples. And they was like, "Oh, I got all these samples left over. You can have this." I can't remember what it was called, but it was in a can, and I drunk it, and like I was like shaking, jittery. My heart was beating fast. That's the last time I ever drunk any energy drink. I will never ever drink another energy
Yeah, I
drink.
gotta leave them Red Bulls
I thought I was
alone.
like really worried. I
I'm
was
gonna
like, I
tell
might
you
have
what
to
you
go to the
need. Don't
hospital.
mess with. Don't
Hey,
mess with this stuff.
them
It's
Red
called
Bull give you wings.
RUN. Don't mess with this thing called Run Gum. It's called Run Gum. They got some good flavors of it, but it's like chewing gum. And I think it got caffeine or whatever. That thing right there will have you jittery like you on some good clean. I'm telling you. That crap right there, it will have you jacked. It will have you jacked.
Well, the one thing I wanted to say about Shakur was, and shout out to everybody on the panel, the queens, of course, the kings, all obviously. Y'all always be doing y'all thing and keeping it real. This is the only This is the only panel I will honestly say I will go on going forward because I really can't argue and do the dumb conversations because I get irritated. But anyways, as far as the court's concerned, I feel like until he does heal up, if that ever happens, because I feel like he feels pressured to constantly get into fights, and I don't know if it's the money thing or whatever the case is, but I really feel like it's gonna be a minute before we see Shakur in a really tough fight, and it's probably not gonna be at 135. It'll probably be once he moves up. Um, but I really think his thing is that whole Olympic thing that we all have on video where he's crying about losing. That's Shakur's issue. He does not like to lose. We've seen him cry about it. And if you look at it in the same way where Floyd Mayweather, I mean, Floyd obviously was a whole different um I would say it's not the same. I would say I don't look at that both of them crying over them losing as the same thing. Floyd was a little bit more genuine to me. I mean, I'm not gonna say Shakur wasn't really crying about it, but it just felt different just looking at it. And if you look at Floyd's career, he does not have any losses. And I feel like Shakur is similar in the mind frame where he does not want to lose. He doesn't want to lose his O. The difference between Floyd and Shakur is the skill set, and obviously, I feel like the heart is a lot. I mean, it's a lot of differences between Floyd and Shakur that are obvious. That I feel like most people who are paying attention to boxing and can see what they're looking at can recognize easily. So when it comes to Shakur, I don't really feel like he's ever gonna really put himself out there with someone who is really going to challenge him to the point where he feels like he's at risk of losing a fight. I think it'll be a while before we see that, or to the point where the fans pressure him enough where he feels like he has to. Because we're going to keep getting these Padley fights, the experience with Edwin De Los Santos. We're going to see that unless he's fought the person, like you said, in sparring 87 times, where he knows he can get the advantage over the person. So, my opinion with Shakur is like, that whole Roach thing, I feel like that's just him talking. He really would not fight Lamont Roach. Because if Lamont Roach does fight him the way he fought Tank, I don't see Shakur winning that fight. But yeah, that's how I feel about that.
And y'all
Yeah,
make
I
sure
mean,
y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all subscribe to McGavin Boxing. She be doing her thing on there too. But let me say one thing real quick, right? Boxers nowadays are soft as hell. I'm gonna tell you this now. Back when I used to box, like my stablemate was Oliver McCall, world champion, beat Lennox Lewis. I used to be in the gym with him all the time. We used to be in that box. One thing about boxing, ain't no friends in boxing. But these fighters right here, they don't have the heart that the old school fighters used to have. See, back when Roy Jones and all them was fighting, Roy told you the thing is to be the best, the king of the hill. And if anybody said that they was better than you, it was up to you to go show them like, nigga, nah. Like, nigga, you say you better than me, we got smoke. These boxers right here are with the information age and everything. They'll sit there and go back and forth instead of hopping in that ring and stretching out their differences. Like Tank, Shakur, all them should have been fought. Roy Jones, my nigga was number 2 pound for pound. They said he couldn't beat James Toney, the number 1 pound for pound fighter now. Roy Jones got in the ring with that man the next fight and made himself number 1 pound for pound. These fighters ain't doing that. Floyd Mayweather, like she said, is a difference. Floyd Mayweather is that guy. Floyd Mayweather always wanted to see who was the best. Floyd, I sat there and gave a lineup the other day, 10 people that Floyd fought, all Hall of Famers, starting with Diego Corrales. People ain't got no Diego Corrales on their record. They ain't got no Arturo Gatti, no Jose Castillo, no Maidana. Like, this nigga got his tooth knocked out by Maidana. He wearing it around as a necklace. Them boys used to go to war back there. These people ain't been to no war.
Facts. And you know what? I feel like social media is the reason. Like, I know a lot of people bring that up, but even during Floyd's era, they weren't on Twitter, they weren't on Instagram, they weren't doing that back and forth rah stuff. You know what I mean? Twitter and Instagram, social media in general, has made a lot of people soft, and they feel like, and I mean that even goes for trolls. You know what I mean? People feel like they big and bad talking stuff on the internet, but in real life, would you ever? You know what I mean?
That's a fact
Social
because
media
my
ruined
yard
boxing
smacked the shit
because
out of
you want me
Fernando
to tell
Ford.
y'all, Y'all, let me tell y'all why social media ruined boxing. Because everybody is so scared of being a meme. You remember Earl Spence when he thought his teeth got knocked out? He didn't even care that Ugas was trying to knock his head off. He was trying not to get caught with a picture with his thing. So everybody is scared. Scooter, shout out to Scooter. My nigga had heart. He went over there, NUA bodied his ass. But the fucked up shit about it, he was a unified champion. People didn't talk about that. But the first thing people had to say to Scooter, damn, you got your ass whooped. So you don't support them when they fighting and they doing good, but you want to come around after a fight or lose. Earl Spence gave us classic fights. He fought everybody. He was with the smoke. As soon as he lose the bud, motherfuckers giving him the ass to kiss. That's why fighters don't put themselves out there.
Well, a lot of that too. But a lot of that has to do with Mayweather. I mean, as much as we love Mayweather, let's be honest. All these fighters are afraid to lose their own because they want to be like Mayweather. They want to mirror their career after Money Mayweather when they should be studying Pretty Boy Floyd because that nigga whooped your ass.
But see, look at Holyfield. Holyfield got his ass whooped by Riddick Bowe. Came back the next fight and beat Riddick Bowe. Then came back and lost again. Like that's how you knew that you was in a war. You fighting somebody that can elevate you. These niggas ain't fighting. These niggas ain't fighting people like that. They scared of the challenge.
But you have to remember nowadays these fighters that are coming up watch Money Made. They didn't watch the fighters we fight. They didn't watch the Hearns and the Alis and they watch Money Made.
That's why I said they soft.
Was their stable.
That's why I said they soft now.
Yeah, I mean they soft because they watch Money Made. They should have been watching Pretty Boy Floyd because wasn't nothing soft about Pretty Boy Floyd.
I think really what that is about the money. When it comes down to the end of the day, everybody wants to make Floyd money. Hasn't nobody made this type of money in boxing until Floyd came around and became Money Mayweather. And he made boxing look cool. You know what I mean? He was good at trash talking. He was good at talking all that. Even when he was Money Mayweather, he was still doing all the trash talking, embarrassing dudes. And then when he get in the ring, he actually follows up and finishes it. That's the reason why I like Floyd is because when he said what he said, he backed it up in the ring. These dudes nowadays, they don't do that. All they do is
But
talk.
you know what's crazy? Like y'all, like you saying like, oh, they want to be Floyd, they want Floyd money, but like we know the truth is Floyd got the money he got because of the business model he was with the PBC. None of them dudes ain't on that business model. They're not about to get Floyd Mayweather money, period. Now they can get these high guarantees, and I think the business plan is the lowest risk with the highest reward. Just look at them all over there. Terrence Crawford, you watch Keyshawn now, watch Keyshawn as he go through the ranks. Shakur Stevenson, look at the level of competition and who he was fighting when he was over there at Top Rank. They constantly want to ignore people saying Top Rank got the best matchmakers. What do they think that means? What do they think that means that Top Rank got the best matchmakers?
They make it where people can make money without having to risk their lives. But check this out. People always talk about Floyd and all the money Floyd made. Floyd ended his career 50-0, right? Am I right? He ended 50-0, right?
I mean, the last fight was against Record.
But check this out, right? Floyd ended his career 50-0. People don't realize Floyd didn't start getting that check till he was like 40-0, till he fought Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah.
Floyd, everybody want to make that Money Mayweather money, but they don't want to go through the pretty boy stage, like my boy said. Floyd had to fight a lot of times he was getting daggone Long John by damn Top Rank. Like they was giving him the shaft, no Vaseline. He didn't get his first good payday to Oscar De La Hoya. But since he held it down and kept doing it, that's why he was able to get it, because he put in that work.
But you know what?
That man put in that work for years.
You know what else though? When Floyd would talk about how much money he made, people forget that Floyd bet on himself in every fight. He would include that in the money he made per that fight. So when he talked about how much money he made, he was also talking about the money he made off betting off of himself for winning that fight.
Well, I know. I'm gonna say one more thing. I'm gonna let y'all cook. Check this out, right? People also, like 2 Cents said, don't realize Floyd got his money with PBC.
Yeah.
And after that Oscar De La Hoya fight, That was after he left Top Rank. But Floyd, he made a lot of money. Him and Pacquiao did 4 million pay-per-view buys. 4 million pay-per-view buys. They both got like 300 million. Then you got to realize he did 4 million again with Conor McGregor, 2 million with Canelo. Floyd was breaking the daggone record. Like, you know, he was doing his thug thizzle, and people don't even realize, but he had to go through all these years of getting pennies. None of these fighters right there are trying to hold it down like that. They want instant gratification, and it don't get like that. Roy Jones was a monster. He didn't even get this type of money Floyd got. Only people I can say that got that type of money probably was like Tyson. But Tyson kept spending all his money, and his wife took his money. But
man,
Tyson
he was
made
with Don King too. You can't forget that.
And Don King took the rest of it.
You know what, Tusa? You just made me think of something, and you're right. I always wonder why these young black fighters don't go over to PBC. It's obvious he's going to help you not only to make money, but to keep your money after you're done in the sport of boxing. It's like they just refuse to go over.
Because like Adrian Broner said, they're gonna make you fight Godzilla, and that's why it's crazy to me that the narrative is like, oh, Tank don't fight competition, he fight bums, he fight trash cans. You've never known PBC to do that. Like I don't understand where they're like how to. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know why y'all keep saying that. It's almost like y'all projecting.
Most of the people can't last on PBC. They can't last at PBC. People that's on the zone, people that's on Top Rank, if they had the type of matchmaking that people at PBC had, listen, Earl Spence had to go against Leonard Butler. Earl Spence, his last 4 fights before he fought Kell Brooks, the Peoples were undefeated, had one loss, and undefeated. Like he had that man going against people, Bill LaGreco. Then he went against Kell Brooks on Kell Brooks' side of the world. Like them people that ain't saving people. Look at Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner went through people. See, one thing about it, PBC gonna make the money with the PBC, but you gonna earn it. Like Broner said, you fighting Godzilla. They put that nigga in the ring with Madonna.
And it's because of their business model that they, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of the reason why, you know, Shakur, people feel like he's not as entertaining, just to give my 2 cents. I don't necessarily think it's his style, because to me, watching somebody and they can't hit you, I feel like that's entertaining. I think the issue is you don't fight different styles. You get what I'm saying? It's always like you have to fight a fighter within this criteria. And so when people keep seeing you do that, they feel like, oh, this is getting boring. And then they might mistake it for like, oh, I guess I don't like your style. When they want to see you fight somebody that's going to come at you, they want to see, you know, can you fight against this type of style? Can you fight against this type of style? I think that's what people want from Shakur. They want a variety of opponents.
Well, not
and
only
I just don't think they articulating that.
I want to see him engage too. I mean, that's part of it, but I want to see that nigga engage. I want to see you get in there, and nobody's saying let somebody punch your head off. I know this ain't Rock'em Sock'em Robots, but my nigga, give me a quick exchange. Get in the pocket. Let me see what you could do. Like he clearly states that he's the new Money Mayweather. That is not true. Floyd was entertaining. He wasn't knocking everybody out. He got in that pocket. He made you miss, but he made you pay. This high class volume of pity pat that Shakur got going on, man, you can keep that. I do not want it. Return the sender. I reject your deposit.
And Shakur better not never disrespect Floyd Mayweather talking about he the new Money May. Floyd Money Mayweather said
they say that though.
I know, but look, Shakur Stevenson ain't standing right in front of no Canelo Alvarez and throwing punches and making them miss. He wouldn't even stand in front of De Los Santos. So don't say you the Money Mayweather. People act like Floyd ran. Floyd never ran in a fight. Floyd stood right there in front of you, and he gave you everything that you asked for with that shoulder roll. Floyd didn't go nowhere. If you was looking for Floyd, he was right there. Sugar Shane, he stood in front of him. Zab, he stood in front of him. Floyd stood right there in that pocket in that down and dirty. Y'all fought in that phone booth. Shakur I ain't never seen Shakur fight in that phone booth except when he hurt Jamil Herring. Then he started walking him down and stand right there. That's the only person I really seen it. He didn't even do that with Valdez because Valdez hit him in the stomach and he stayed the hell away.
My stomach hurt type shit.
You know what? I want to go back to what you said about the business model. And
he did KO. Hold on one second, Tom. And, Rod Walker, Sweet Pea KO'd a lot of people, bro. Sweet Pea got a lot of KOs. Go ahead, Tom.
Shout out Sweet Pea, the living legend. I mean the legend. My bad. Um, I was gonna say, going back to that business model commentary and money earning potential. Mayweather is definitely the benchmark when it comes to making money in boxing, no doubt about it. His fame and more importantly, the people who wanted to see him lose was astronomical. There was another boxer in his era that also had a lot of buzz, however, failed to make the money that he made. And it wasn't because people didn't want to see him. A lot of people loved them some Pacquiao, but because he was over with Top Rank, his money was capped. He never saw the true value of his draw, his ability to sell out stadiums and bring people and viewers over the line through pay per view, and yet and still you got people over there because they don't have the corporate complexion capping against Al Heyman and the PBC when clearly you got another person with a great draw. If Pacquiao had been over with the PBC, he'd have made a lot of money, a ton of money, because he had
I'm
a
glad you
big
said
draw.
that. I'm about to go with you, and shout out to my brother Thomas Hill in the Cash App with the $10 holler. Appreciate you, King. But I'm glad you said that, Thomas. Manny Pacquiao, besides the Floyd Mayweather fight, had 6 fights on Top Rank in which he sold over 1 million pay-per-view copies. With De La Hoya, he did 1.3.
He had 6 fights do $1 million.
Manny Pacquiao has 6 fights with over 1 million pay-per-view buys. The one with De
Wow.
La Hoya and the one with Sugar Shane both did 1.3. Then he had the Cotto fight. Then the rest of them, he had 6 fights that did over 1 million pay-per-view buys. Do y'all know Manny Pacquiao, and y'all can look it up, he made more money versus Keith Thurman selling 580,000 than he did making 1.3 million with Oscar or with Sugar Shane on Top Rank. And you know why? You know, over there, Top Rank, they gave Manny, I think it was like 10 million up front. Then they put a threshold on Manny Pacquiao. Over at Top Rank, you have, and Terrence Crawford even said that they do this, you have to sell 500,000 pay-per-views before you can receive back end. So on them $1.3 million pay-per-views, Manny Pacquiao was only getting credit for 800,000 because Top Rank got the credit for the 500,000 that you had to pass the threshold, right? So he's getting credit for 800,000 pay-per-views, and he's only getting 30% of that, while Top Rank and the opponent get the rest. So he's getting 30% of 800,000, right? So that's 24 million. Plus it's taken off the guarantee that he got up front. So Manny Pacquiao would get around 24 million. I think he got around 24 to 25 million dollars both fights that he made 1.3 million. Because the upfront guarantee was the upfront guarantee, but they took the guarantee off his back end. That's how Top Rank did it. So he only got, that's how fucked up Top Rank was. But when I used to have Rachel Danae over here, she explained it. So he got 10 million up front. So he got 30% of the back end, which is 24 million off 800,000, right? Then they take the 10 back. So, he's getting 24. So he's still getting 24 million plus whatever the gate was. He get 30% of the gate. So his biggest money was for Oscar De La Hoya, where he made 27.3 million. Then he fought Keith Thurman over there on PBC. It did 580,000 pay-per-views, right? Manny Pacquiao cleared, I think, 38 million. He got more money with half the amount of views. That's how fucked up the system is over there at Top Rank. That's why Bud was wanting his money up front, because he never seen back end. That's why Bud kept telling Earl, I need a guarantee, because they've never seen back end money. They don't know how PBC works. That's why Mikey Garcia sat on the shelf and came over to fight Earl. He knew. Mikey Garcia got 17 million when he fought Earl Spence. He was done. He made life-changing money. He didn't need to fight no more. And then he lost to the dude from Spain, and he was done.
So if they make this much money, why is ESPN kicking them off kicking them off of their network? I'm trying to understand where's all the money going.
When the last time they made all that money?
I mean, but I mean,
They
if
don't
that's
they
how
don't
they
have
work
fighters
though,
like that no more.
yeah, but still, like that should be some reserve or something. Like I'm not understanding. Like,
You
what are
only
they
as good as
doing?
you only as good as your last payday.
And that's
I'm
And
talking
another
about
thing
the
too. I
fighters,
hate
but I'm
saying
talking
that. Like,
about the network, like Top Rank.
I understand, but Top Rank ain't been making money, and it's the end of their deal. So now Top Rank has been losing money. Like even Bob Arum said, I could have bought a house in Beverly Hills with the money I lost with Bud Crawford. Top Rank has been going in the negative for the last 9 years. And
Well, I mean,
ESPN,
Bud ain't no draw though. So I mean, even though he's a great fighter,
okay, Bud wasn't a draw. Tiafimo wasn't a draw.
yeah, they
Lomachenko
don't
had
really
one.
got. No, you're right. They don't have
Lomachenko
no
had one
fighters,
pay-per-view. He had one pay-per-view with Devin, and they did
and that didn't do
150,000.
good. Right?
No, it did good. It did 150,000. So Top
Is
Rank
that
didn't
what you
lose
call?
money.
I mean, I didn't think that was 150. I guess if you call that good, but
Well, I'm gonna break it down to you. Let's say you do 150,000 pay-per-view buys, right? And let's just say the pay-per-view is only $60, right? Right? That's $9 million right there. That's $9 million you done made right there. But the fight is more than 60. I'm just saying, but let's just say it was 60.
hold on, Upper, I got a question because when Bill Haney, he probably was lying, but Bill Haney was on KO's channel. And he said that he didn't want to do Top Rank because they wanted 150, like he said, pay-per-view buys guaranteed. So if all him and Lomachenko did was 150,000 pay-per-views, they didn't make any money.
But
yeah,
that's
No,
that's
the
what I'm
but
thing
saying.
though. Bill
they
was
did
saying that Top Rank be lying, so they don't gotta pay you.
No, this is what I'm
But
saying.
Ah,
Bill and them didn't make no money. I was telling y'all that Top Rank did good for the pay-per-view because they didn't lose. That's what
Okay,
I'm
so
saying.
okay,
The fighters didn't do good, no. But you need to make at least 100,000 pay-per-views so so Top Rank don't lose. With the PBC, you need to make at least 80,000 pay-per-views. You feel what I'm saying? Plus the gate.
mm-hmm.
So Devin and Loma, and I think that fight was like $70. I'm looking at it was $69.99, so that's $70. So they made $10.5 million off pay-per-view, and they had a $5 million gate. That's a $15.5 million fight. And he ain't had to give Loma and Devin that but $3 million apiece. So Bob Arum got to walk away with $9 million.
I see. Mm-hmm.
But what Bob Arum make ain't what ESPN makes. See, that's the difference.
Yeah.
ESPN's the network. ESPN pays Bob Arum for views. Like when they do pay-per-views, they don't go to ESPN. That goes to them. ESPN has to pay them. Like now the PBC has a budget because Amazon Prime is giving them a budget. So when they put on a pay-per-view, the budget pays for the whole undercard. And whoever's on the pay-per-view, all that money get to go to them. So now it made it even more crazy.
So is Top Rank sticking with ESPN? Or are they going to PBC or
nah,
getting
they
rid
been
Top
of
Rank
doing
got they
ESPN.
TKO stole Top Rank ESPN deal. When Top Rank
They
was about to
did.
resign, with ESPN, y'all remember that story dropped about that lawsuit about
Yeah.
the fight
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
fixer at Top Rank that didn't get paid
Mm-hmm.
for the fights that he fixed. So many people ignored that. They talked about the Spence and Crawford fight. They talked about the Fury fight, and I think it was the Anthony Joshua Andy Ruiz fight that this quote unquote fight fixer did not receive payment for, and so he sued Top Rank and also said that they got some type of
But
payments
Andy
from
Joshua
Shanahan.
and Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz is the Zone and PBC.
And so when that information came out, because the guy apparently that filed the lawsuit is Dana White's buddy. I have a picture of them together.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah,
this story. Yeah.
And so TKO stole their ESPN deal
So
they
where they
showed
going?
did. They
because they
supposed to be
had
signing with
announced
Amazon.
they announced they was about to resign, and then that story dropped.
But they doing a bigger deal with Amazon. Hopefully they
Oh, they going
sign. They
with.
in talks. They
Oh,
in talks with Amazon right now, and that'd
okay.
be great because if they sign with Amazon, then it'll be the PBC and Top Rank. You got the stars on PBC, and you got the dates with Top Rank. And you
Yeah,
know
then maybe we
Amazon,
should get some good matchups finally.
yeah, you know Amazon gonna force the damn fights. Like Bob Arum didn't want Shakur versus Valdez.
He don't
Bob
want
Arum,
Shakur
He sure
versus Tank
didn't.
either.
Bob Arum had an
Bob Arum was,
attitude.
he didn't even sit up there. And look,
He
you
was
know how
acting like a
Shakur,
brat.
yeah, you know why Shakur was able to get the Valdez fight?
Terrence Crawford.
Because it wasn't because of Terrence Crawford. It was what's your boy name? From Texas. His son
Jay
got in
Prince.
trouble. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jay
Jay
Prince.
Prince.
Jay Prince went to ESPN and pitched him on that fight. And ESPN was like, well, you know something, Bob? Y'all haven't been giving us many ratings. The ratings has been down. They said, we want that fight right there. Bob was like, I want to do Navarrete versus Valdez. ESPN said, no, we want Shakur and Valdez. Shakur has been doing the top numbers because at that time, Shakur was doing the top numbers for viewership for ESPN. So ESPN wanted that Valdez and Shakur. And Bob was like, no. And they said, if you don't do it, we're going to cut your deal. So Bob was forced to do that fight, and he really didn't want to do that fight. He was pissed.
yeah. He didn't want to do Tank with Loma. He didn't want to do Shakur with Loma. I mean, Tank with Shakur. There's a lot of fights he openly says he don't want to see, and then was mostly his excuse was money.
Well, yeah, because once they lose to Tank, they're pretty much done. They're not that marketable to begin with.
Well, yeah, but he was saying the fight in general didn't make sense because of money. That was his excuse for why he wouldn't make them.
Bob Arum is full of shit.
Only because when they
Hey,
do that fight,
Scrapyard, you gotta come back in, Scrapyard. You got your thing blocked, so it won't let you come on. Oh, there you go.
when they do that fight, Shakur get to see how much true money they make over there at the
Mm-hmm.
PBC.
Facts.
That's going to come back and have a reverberating effect for the rest of his staff because you get exposure and you get opportunities at belts. By having Valdez with a belt, Shakur with a belt, it keeps the chance for more people to compete for a belt. You consolidate them with one person, now you only got one more place where you can go. And that's why I don't think. Go ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Frequent. Don't act up. Just come on because I'm on this panel. I can still see you. Go ahead. What's your name?
She got that switch. She threatened to freak with that switch.
We up
And
here with them street
Mason,
sweepers. We up here with them street sweepers.
Mason might be better than all them too frequent. Who knows? I would have loved to see him versus Giovanni Cabrera. That would have been a big step up fight.
I think he knows.
I thought that's who he was fighting.
Yeah, but Giovanni Cabrera he pulled out.
Yeah, he pulled out. You know, I really like
Frequent
to
say he
see.
flattered that y'all see him.
I'm gonna show him just how flattered he gonna be too.
Oh, dang.
Shout out to Scrapyard. What's up, pimpin'? Hello?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
seeing. Yeah, I can hear you, Scrapyard. You keep pushing.
Now that
mute.
wasn't scrap. That was 2 cents.
Oh, those 2 cents. Oh, okay. Well, you know, Prince was the reason why Floyd was able to get away from Top Rank.
Yeah, and that ended up in a bloody fight.
Yeah, didn't they run up in Floyd gym or something like that?
That's why Loma would never get a fight with Shakur would never get a fight with Loma. Like, I don't believe he's ever going to make a fight that will help. Go ahead.
Well, it's not going to happen because Lomachenko's manager already came out and said that's a boring fight. And
sure.
You know, Lomachenko only got like 1 or 2 fights. Lomachenko know him versus Tank. That's a million pay-per-view buys.
It's the cash out. Yeah.
But are these people really like? I've always been under the belief that it's something deeper than why people not fighting Shakur. Maybe Bob lowballing people or something like that. Are these people really not fighting Shakur because it's a boring fight? Like, are they legitimately saying that? Like, that's
well, you know,
what I think too. I think you got a lot to do with Jay Prince. I think you got a lot to do with Jay Prince.
No, I'm gonna tell you because I've talked to a lot of the boxers. You know, I used to be around them circles with the entertainers and stuff. You know, I'm not proud of that, but at least I kept my manhood. But
I am done.
I mean, you know,
I know. I'm glad you mentioned that though, because that has a lot.
You know he gotta say that. You know he gotta say that because that P Diddy stuff is out of control. Soon as somebody say they in the music industry, they get the side eye.
Y'all all know how. Well, most of y'all that's been here, y'all know how I lost my deal. How my own cousin that owned the record label did me in Vegas when we was opening up for Plies and shit, because I didn't want to drink with them old ass men in the room. You know, I got sent
Hey,
back on the
shout out
red
to
eye.
you for not selling out.
Oh yeah, I'm too real for that. Let me tell you about it real quick, because I don't think you remember. I mean, you know Queen Vaughn. So look, I came home from prison. You know that song T.I. got, that you can have whatever you like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds a
That
little
joint.
sus, but yeah,
Well, that was my song, Stacks on Deck. It was called Stacks on Deck. I had wrote the song for him. Sent it. I
Oh,
gave it to
nice.
Debbie.
Okay.
I gave it to Debbie Anthony, and she gave it to T.I., but I got sent back for my federal parole because I violated my federal parole. Because see, I had a 10 to life federal bid. I was 18. I had 2 murders and I had trafficking, conspiracy, and all that. So they gave me 10 to life, and I got 84 months for the 2 bodies, and I had to go do time. I came home in 08. When I came home, my cousin had a record label. He had Nicki Minaj was on the record label. We had Nicki Minaj, everybody over there, and we was opening up for Plies. And I had came home, I had mad raps when I came home. I used to write a lot of people's songs and stuff. So we was performing and everything. So we was on tour with Plies because he was doing the definition of real or whatever the fuck. I can't remember what the name of it was, but he was doing his albums. So we was touring with Plies. So we had went to Florida, then we went to Vegas. So we did a show out in Vegas. Everybody, we killed the show. So we came before we went to the show. We had the suite. We had the suite at the MGM. Shit bad. Shit was about the size of a house. Really, it was like 5,000 square feet in the suite. It had 4 rooms. It had a big ass like living room place in there. It was bad. I think that shit was like 8,000 to 10,000 a night. We didn't have to pay it. It was comp. For coming over there. So, it was a lot of chicks before the show. We had all types of chicks, drinks. We had drugs, everything. We was getting right, got right for the show. Then after the show, we came back and everything. We came back. It wasn't no more females in the room. But it was like a whole bunch of corporate ass niggas. They had suits on and shit. Like a few of these older white and older black guys, they came in, but y'all did a hell of a job up there and everything, Now me, I'm just coming home from doing my time at the maximum security federal penitentiary. I had already came from I was at the DART program when they sent me to damn Marion, Illinois. 23 and 1 lockdown for 2 years for stabbing a police officer at Beaumont, Texas. So I had been locked down most of my time. So I got out in 2006 when they turned Marion, Illinois into an FCI because they was turning all the old prisons into FCIs because they was building these new level 7 penitentiaries. So that was the only way I got out of Marion. They sent me to Lee County, Virginia, which was another level 7 prison. But at least I wasn't on 23 and 1. We came out 3 hours a week. We came out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for an hour in a dog kennel. That was how we got our exercise. So I was able to go to after 2 years when they shut it down, I was able to go to Lee County. I came home from Lee County. So we up in the room and everything. And this dude had his hand on my shoulder. He was like, man, you did good out there. So, I brushed my shoulder like, come on, man, like all this touchy shit. And then, the man, they drinking everything. And, man standing real close to my personal space and everything. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And my cousin put me to the side like, bro, chill. And then he told me and my homeboy Rise, like, man, y'all go get some more blunts and stuff from the store. So we got the ride. They took us to the store and everything. So we went to go get that. And I think we stopped to get something to eat. When we got back to the MGM, it was 2 damn security guards was downstairs with my damn bags and shit. They didn't even let us go back in the MGM. They brought the bags out to the car, took us straight to the damn airport, put us on the red eye back to North Carolina. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, damn. So then, my cousin did some bullshit, and I ended up putting a pistol on my cousin, taking a lot of shit from him. But that's on my other channel. I explained all that a long time ago. But
man, that's why I think I would immediately, when all the females is gone, I'd be like, yeah, I gotta go.
Well, that was where we were staying. We were staying in the room. So when we came in there, I thought it was like a business meeting, like about to get some money or something, but I don't know what went down to the thing. My cousin get mad at me. He came on my other channel. Was like, bro, why you telling people that? Nigga, it's the truth. I mean, if you wasn't proud of it, you should have did it. But
damn,
what I'm saying is I be around these people and I go places and stuff. And like, I've talked to a few people and like Pitbull even said it. He said he wants to make a fight. He not trying to damn chase him up. Like, people don't want to chase Shakur. Like, a lot of people,
when they say he ducked, when people duck him, I'm like, man, you can't duck Shakur and fight Tank. That don't make sense.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't want to chase Shakur. And Shakur,
Yeah.
he's one of the pure boxers where, he uses lateral movement and, stick and don't get stick. That's the way he wants to be a pure boxer. But a lot of these boxers can't cut off the ring.
Yeah,
I've
you talking
noticed
about
that.
somebody like Pitbull? He's a lot smaller than Shakur. Shakur is kind of tall. Like even how he stand next to Tank, you
Yeah,
can
he's
see the
5'8".
difference in height. So
Yeah, he's
somebody like
5'8".
Pitbull not gonna be able to catch him in the ring.
Well, look at Keyshawn. He
Neither is
said
Loma.
everybody.
That's why they looking at them two dudes like they too small to be really, like he said,
When you see
chasing him around the
Keyshawn
ring.
said everybody want to see him versus Pitbull. But first he
Nobody
was
wants
saying,
that shit.
I know, but first it was Tank been tricking the game for too long. I want to fight him. Now that he got that belt, it's everybody want to see me versus Pitbull. And see, he's sitting there trying to steal Lamont Roach from Tank, nigga. Why don't you go ahead and beat that nigga that beat you 4 times?
I think
No,
at
we
this
all want to see
point,
that. We
I
all want
think
to see
at this
that.
point, the call out to the because that seems like that's what Top Rank do. That's they black fighters marketing plan. Attach yourself to a
Don't
PB
say
to the
just
top
black fighters.
PBC fighter.
Don't
Don't
say
say
black
just
fighters.
black fighters.
That's their marketing plan. They attached
Period.
Manny Pacquiao to Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah,
They
they did.
attached Manny's whole career to Floyd Mayweather. They attached Bud to Spence. They attached Devin to Tank, Shakur to Tank, Keyshawn to Tank, Loma to Tank. They attached everybody to Tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you
And
face,
I don't think it's working because they attaching too many fighters to Tank. Y'all attaching all these fighters to Tank, and it's clear they not trying to fight him. Like, I don't understand. Like, why? I think after Terrence Crawford, after I really watched Terrence Crawford closely and how he moved and realized the patterns and what they were doing, and now Keyshawn trying to do it, Shakur trying to do it. Like, y'all not gonna be able to do it. Keyshawn, you came out, you made it very clear you wanted to fight Tank. It wasn't subtle. It wasn't subliminal. You made it very clear. And then to backdoor and say everybody want to see you fight Pitbull? Nah, bro. Nah.
but
Like,
no, you
just
want me to tell you what else he
don't
made
say
it very
Tank
clear?
name no more until you serious.
But do y'all remember what Keyshawn said last year when him and Eddie Hearn was talking on that live?
Nah.
Remember he said after I finish this fight, me and Isak Pitbull. I mean, he said me and Andy Cruz can fight. Remember he said that? Eddie Hearns told Keyshawn, I will give you your biggest payday. Eddie Hearns told Keyshawn, you will make a million plus versus Andy Cruz. Keyshawn has never made $1 million in a fight. Eddie Hearn is guaranteeing him that right now, and he still don't want to fight Andy Cruz. And
he
that
refused to even look dude in the eye in public. Like, bro, come on. Like, we see what you're doing. Like,
yeah, and then y'all remember when he sat there and tried to discredit Abdullah Mason? I did the video on that. He said something, they was talking to somebody, he tried to discredit Abdullah Mason. Less than 24 hours, that man came back. Man, I don't have no problem with Abdullah, man. I was just upset. I wasn't talking about, I said that nigga didn't want that smoke. Because Abdullah told that nigga.
That's because Abdullah kept it real. He was like, you and Shakur not fighting. It's corny because y'all not real brothers. You know what I'm saying? He was asked, I saw that interview. He was asked basically, like, what does he think about Shakur and Keyshawn not fighting? And he was like, I don't understand why not. They're not real brothers. And what they tried to do was bring Abdullah into their little butt buddy crew, but Abdullah ain't going for that shit.
Yeah, Abdullah said, hell no. He said, if you ain't my blood brother, he said, yeah. And Shakur was like, hey, look, when he said that, Shakur called Keyshawn. He like, that nigga gonna be a problem. Well, let's try to discredit his ass. Hey, look, that nigga was like the nigga on Billy. I'm gonna drop a dime on him.
That's an absolute fact.
But see, the difference is they talk too much. Terrence Crawford ain't talk that much. They talk too much.
Yeah,
y'all gotta be quiet if y'all want this to work.
When Terrence Crawford was trying to get that Earl Spence, that nigga was talking like a motherfucker. He ain't gonna do that. That nigga was talk, and was capping like hell.
He fought him and then he beat him.
Yeah, but to Two Cents' point though, what she's trying to say. Yeah, but to Two Cents' point, what she's trying to say is you had to watch Earl to really figure out his moves. These niggas just on live every day telling y'all they moves.
That's why I said social. That's why I said they don't make fighters like they used to. These niggas, Shakur, like, go look at, if y'all haven't seen it, McGaverick Boxing, she got the best motherfucking picture of Shakur. Look like he getting mad, then that motherfucker starting to twit to somebody. Like, that nigga look like he trying to send somebody. Hey, but I seen that shit, I almost pissed myself. I said, God damn.
Cause look,
Yeah, I'm gonna
Shakur
be
looked like he
on
was
more
reading.
like that. I just gotta find
Look,
the right, like, send the
Shakur
joint.
looked like he was looking at his phone and somebody said something. Boy, he started typing angrily. Boy, I said, "Dang, like he about to send somebody a
Twitterson.
virus. He about to send somebody a virus."
That's why his hands can't get better because his ass always on Twitter. If he stopped tweeting every goddamn
Damn,
minute,
That
his
dude
hands
just
would be
rest,
all
bro.
right.
you talk shit to Shakur, he gonna send your ass a Trojan horse on Twitter.
I'm trying to tell
Y'all
you.
wildin', bro. Y'all wildin'.
Wait, didn't they say he had the most tweets sent out last year? Something didn't like a list come out? He sent out like 3,000 some tweets in like a
Damn.
month or
Man,
something.
That's
yes,
I'm
crazy.
that's
not
why.
trying to.
You know when that came out, y'all remember after that he deleted all that shit off his thing. He tried to delete all them old tweets. Nigga, you can't delete all that shit, nigga.
Nah, but I'm gonna say two things though. You ain't lying about Abdullah because I had to talk with his cousin. You know his cousin too. I was
Yeah,
telling him like,
he be
bro,
coming over here sometimes. My man, yeah, he be coming over here sometimes. I be talking
yeah,
to him
man, I
on
said
Instagram.
for sure. Yeah, I told him a long time ago because I actually talked to Abdullah and he had put him on the line with me. But I was like, man, whatever you do, bro, make the movement towards fighting, getting the fights and making the fights. Don't have no friends in these games because they're not really truly gonna ever be your friends.
Yeah, look
They
how
there.
Roach did Tank.
That's a fact.
And,
That's a
and see,
fact.
look,
Look how Shakur did Heron. I'd never be Shakur friend.
fuck how Shakur did Harry. Y'all forgetting the worst one. Look how Shakur did Devin. Bill Haney used to help raise that nigga Shakur. Shakur used to spend the night at Devin's house. Bill Haney used to take Shakur to the damn tournaments and shit. And they had an agreement. Like Devin and Shakur weren't gonna be in the same division. If they did, one would move up. But Shakur seen Devin with that undisputed, and Shakur was like, you know what? That green eye jealousy got to Shakur. And that's when he started trying to press Devin and them. And that's why Bill was like, I thought y'all was like brothers. And see, you and Devin are more closer than you and Keyshawn was. But
He
you
don't
probably
want to
don't think
fight
you beat.
Keyshawn because Keyshawn will
Yeah,
beat him.
exactly.
And
But
yeah, and that's
you
what he did though. That's exactly what he did to Keyshawn. He cuffed him under the wing because he seen him as a threat. But I'm telling you, like you said, Shakur is a jealous Negro. Did y'all see how he looked after that fight with who was that? Berenchik or was it no? Legustos Limon, whatever his name was.
Lemos.
Lemos. When he went back there, the way Shakur looked at him, yo, that was nothing but jealousy. That was
Oh
nothing but
man,
jealousy.
that was
When he put
classic.
Limo's lights out, Shakur looked at him like, "Yeah, what's up?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Handshake ain't matching your smile. This nigga foul.
But you know something.
Shakur is a jealous nigga.
Y'all ain't seen it though. But Keyshawn Slick want to get at Shakur ass though, because I've
Yeah,
seen
he
it
does.
twice. I pointed out on this show twice. One day they was doing an interview, right? And the dude was asking Keyshawn. He was like, what if you and Shakur got into it with some niggas and shit, like? And he was like, well, me and Shakur, I beat the shit out of Shakur ass. Remember? And Shakur know this. And the dude was like, nah, we're not saying that. He said, what if you and Shakur had to fight some other people? He's like, oh, okay. I said, that's one. And then when the old boy sat there and cut up that Andre Ward's motherfucking video and said, when Shakur said, well, if they give me and Keyshawn an offer, I'll fight him. And Keyshawn was like, well, send the contract then, nigga. Remember that? He responded immediately, send the contract. Then Shakur came out there and say, the only way I fight my brother, they give us $200 million. I say,
I think Shakur don't want the fight.
I said
Yeah,
Shakur
Shakur
don't
don't want
want.
to fight.
I said Shakur don't want that smoke. Keyshawn looking for a reason. I said that's the second time he done crashed out on Shakur ass. I know Shakur probably called like, bro, they trying to break us apart. They don't want to see two brothers like that, bro. Why you keep
Because
feeding into that bullshit? You keep feeding into the
interview,
bullshit, bro.
that interview that Keyshawn did with Mill City Live, he was asking all kinds of questions to Zab Judah, like, oh, you and Mayweather, y'all was friends, and y'all were y'all friends before y'all fought? Zab Judah told him, yeah, if that's really your friend, get money with him. And he was like,
What
yeah, but
Tyson
how's that
say?
relationship now?
What's Tyson's favorite quote?
It was, yeah, get money with a nigga.
He said, if you my friend, then fight me.
Yeah. They
You
not.
heard what Earl and Charlo was tight like brothers. But Earl said, for the right price, we can get up there and scrape. And Charlo was like, hell yeah, for the right price. Because Earl versus Charlo in Texas, bro, that's a $10 million gate, 500,000 pay-per-views. Both of them walking away with over 20 mil. Easy.
Who you think gonna win, Upper? Who you think gonna win?
I know who gonna win.
I've seen them sparring in person. I've watched Earl destroy this nigga in sparring, and I'm being honest. And when they used to spar, Jamel Charlo used to have on a damn like a bodysuit that protected his ribs and shit. Earl Spence is a big puncher, and people don't realize it because he was fighting at 147. But Floyd told y'all that Earl should be fighting at 168, 160. Earl was way too big for 147. He one of my favorite fighters, but he was weight bullying the hell. I couldn't believe he would make it. Like he would be 190 and have to do 50 pounds in a damn training camp. Like he had to do that to fight Mikey Garcia and Sean Porter. That shit caught up with him when he had to fight Bud. But Earl is a big guy, and Earl breaks shit. But see, when you fighting that low below your weight, your muscles don't have the power that you usually have. That's why I said that Devin Haney will punch harder as he moves up in weight. Y'all see the way he was hitting Regis at 140. You know, he had more power than he had at 135. I think Devin's best weight would probably be 147, but
he still ain't at 147. They fighting at a catch weight. Why he just won't go to 47?
But they always talk about tanking his catch weights though. But I've seen Earl Spence spar with Hakeem Rahman Jr. And I think Earl's about 175 when they were sparring, and he put Rahman Jr. down. Like Earl Spence, he hits hard. He spars with light heavyweights. And see, people don't know, but in boxing, you can lose 10 pounds just by sparring. You lose weight like that in sparring. Like sparring will make you lose between 5 to 10 pounds every time you go out and spar a day. That's how a lot of people get down, and when they got that extra weight, that sparring will take it up because people don't realize when you go in a ring for boxing, like a full 12-round fight, the reason why they power it don't last to the end, some boxers lose between 5 to 8 pounds in a fight, sometimes 10 pounds. Like you lose weight as you boxing. Your body is burning up them calories at a feverish pitch, and you're sucking up your reserves. That's why a lot of people get to that deep water and they ain't got shit left.
Man, I just want to say one thing, bro. I hope Earl is right. I don't know what's going on with Earl, but I know in that fight he wasn't right, bro. I don't want to take nothing away from Crawford, but the fighter I saw going to the ring didn't look right, man. The way he responded to everything, his balance just didn't look right. So I hope that, you know, it was just because he was cutting so much weight, and maybe because he ran that heel before the fight, the night before the fight, and all the other stuff that they say, but it just didn't look right to see him moving the way he did going to the ring, and then once he got in the ring, he just didn't look right. And
I'll be honest, the interview he did right before the fight was the game seller for me that knew something was off.
The eyes, right? You saw it in the eyes, right?
Yep.
Y'all know what's crazy? Somebody just posted that interview, and you could hear him clearly. And I'm like, they must have AI or repurposed this, because Earl Spence did not sound like that when he did that interview before that fight. He was incoherent. You couldn't understand what he was saying.
Them pain pills was on Earl. You know he had broken ribs. If you can look at his eyes,
it was ribs, right? Yeah,
his ribs was broke, and people forget that he was in a total loss. Shout out to my brother, Mr. Altruistic, and happy birthday to my brother, Mr. Altruistic, in the cash app with the $15 holler. He say Abdullah will stop Shakur right now. And shout out to my brother, Alan Sostain, in the cash app with the $5 holler. Appreciate you, King. Thank you for supporting the grind.
I don't even bring those points up about Earl unless I got a bud buddy that's just being too ridiculous. Like, bruh, you know something was up with Earl. Like, let's be for real. Let's just at least acknowledge it.
And shout out to my brother. And shout out to my brother Brian the King Falcone with the 222 in the cash app like Ross in this building. But we wasn't ex-COs like Ross though. Just get that out there.
Also, because I let 2 cents cook, but also the other thing that you said, man, before we got into this about the industry, that stuff bigger than music, right?
Oh, that shit bigger than music. It's music. It's sports. It's music. Come on, man. Y'all seen Russell Westbrook in the damn dress. Y'all seen LeBron James in the dress. Y'all seen all them NBA stars in fucking dresses.
What
they trying to?
That's facts. I just want to say.
Come on now.
No, Oscar wanted to put that dress on. that wasn't no industry shit.
But
Oscar wanted to put that dress on.
Hey, but when that moment happened, did everything else not matter no more? But you getting the fudge up out of there?
Nah, I was about to kill everybody in the room, honestly,
Or,
bro. Like I had
or
to.
that would be the only recourse, though, right? You didn't want nothing else to do with it, though, right?
Nah, I was about to rob all the motherfuckers in that room. I'm like, bro, these niggas think I'm soft, bro. And my
See,
cousin looked over at me and he seen I had already flipped my switch. Like, and you know, I had got a gun when I got to Las Vegas. You could keep on the plane. I had to leave that bitch in the car when we had got to the airport though. But you know, I was on some shit like these niggas trying to try me, dog. Like, I didn't give a fuck who it was. I was about to lock the door and we was about to have a motherfucking shakedown in this motherfucking hotel room. Like I was like, and my cousin called it before that, and I understand why they didn't let me come back upstairs when they sent me to the store. My cousin already know me, man. He grew up with me and him. You know, we 1, 2, 3, 4. His birthday in August, mine in February. That's how far apart we are in age. So he already know. He was there with me when I was banging, shooting, killing, all that shit. He was with me. You know, he was a
He
hood
wanted to keep
legend.
you out of trouble, up. He wanted to keep you out of trouble.
Nah, he wanted
keep
to get
you
his
out of
cheeks
trouble.
clapped when I wasn't around. That's what the fuck he was
Hey,
doing.
hey.
You was blocking for
That's
him.
why I say sometimes
And,
it be
and, and
much
y'all
bigger.
and I showed y'all who my cousin is. I showed y'all the video that we had with Jadakiss, the D boys from the D block, Say Out and Kiss, Why Yo the North Click, because that was the song that I had wrote for him with him and Jadakiss. But he gave me 4.5 for my verse because I was supposed to be in the video with him. I was in the video, but I was supposed to be on the song. But my cousin bought my verse and the verse that I made for him. That nigga gave me 4.5. And see, I used to write all them nigga songs. My cousin my cousin had the plug. You know, his plug was the nigga named B Mac that used to fuck with BMF and everything. The B Mac got life in prison right now for conspiracy to traffic. But nigga used to give me 4.5. And you know me, a street nigga, and I'm coming home from prison. I ain't really got that much scratch. 4.5. And at the time when I came home in 08, a zip of clean was over $1,000. When I went to prison, man, a ounce of damn coke was $500. I come home, that shit's $1,000. I say, whoa. I said, boy, the price of pootie done went up. I was like, yes. I said, I'm about to get in this kitchen. I'm about to spin my motherfucking wrist. And I said, I'm about to step on these niggas' ass. And I did. I was loving it. Every time I write a song or verse, he would pay me in that. I was like, yeah, nigga. I didn't even need no cash. I make my own cash because, you know, what I would pay for that, you just give me my worth in that. And then I can just double my shit without even having, you know, I had the fucked up mentality. I had that street mentality. I had to get away from that shit. And then especially, I was the first nigga to bring dog food to the hood. You know, motherfuckers didn't know shit about that. But a nigga in the Fed prison he taught me all about that shit, how to cut it, how to process it. My damn silly. And he was telling me how much.
They say you get fed time. You just learn to be a better criminal.
Exactly. Exactly. Them niggas showed me how to make meth, everything in that motherfucker. Like, niggas showed me how to make a cold lab where you just get some charcoal and you get ephedrine pills, like the ephedrine DMs and stuff. You get all them damn pills, or you can buy ephedrine off the black market, and you mix that with Red Devil Lye and ammonia. You mix that shit up into a paste. You can put it in a damn cooler, and then you put
ammonia. God damn.
That's yeah. Don't you know all that shit is in meth? Ammonia, lye, and ephedrine. That's the three things that make up crystal meth. It's
that is
ammonia.
Just dye. They should just call it dye.
Yeah,
it's
ammonia.
Like that. Looking like walking
but it's ammonia. It's ammonia, Red Devil Lye. That's that shit that make people hair straight. That lye, or the shit that keeps snakes away. It's called lye. And then you use the ephedrine and you mix it up. And then you can put it in a paste, and then you get like clean mop handles, clean mop heads, and you put them over top of the grate and have them lean it, like have them in like the mop, like the little mops.
All right, we're gonna have to skip the master class up. We're gonna have to skip the master class.
Well, I'm just gonna say this because it's almost over. I'm just going to say it. Have the mop heads inside the paste, and you put a grate over top of that with charcoal because the charcoal has carbon. I mean, like it filters out the air. The charcoal is like the filter, and
Who
you put it in the cooler.
You giving people instructions?
Yeah, you know, there's some hustlers out there that might need to know something, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. and then you know,
he giving everybody the recipe, y'all.
Yeah, I might as well because I don't fuck around no more. But then you can bury it, and then you bury it like 2 feet underground and leave it there for 30 days. When you come back, the crystals have been done, grew up the mop strings. It'll grow up the mop strings. The crystals been done, it's called a cold lab. And this one you ain't got to worry about blowing up. But yeah, made some good money off that. That shit right there produced about 3-4 pounds each time. I was into all that shit.
Everybody, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. I mean, that's just the type.
Very allegedly.
Jesus Christ.
That was just type of stuff that they taught in the feds, stuff like that. And you know, I'm from the Show Me state of Missouri, so I had to see it was cap.
Oh, you from Missouri? What part of Missouri you from?
Show Me.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, I realized they wasn't capping.
Nah, not at all. You about to close it up though?
Yeah, I'm about to close it up. When I go ahead, if y'all want to say something, go ahead. I'm not snitching freaking. It's educational purposes only.
Who do we want to see Shakur fight? Who realistically?
And that is the question I keep asking everybody, and they be like, "We want to see him fight Tank." Besides Tank, bro, Tank is not the only person.
I want to see Shakur fight himself. Like, I want you to fight yourself. No, listen what I'm saying. I want you to get your hands together, sit down, chill, leave the Twitter alone, heal up, then come back and fight, bro.
First he can't shadow box without hurting his hand.
First off, I want you to fight Javier Herrera. I want you to fight Herrera because you're supposed to be the so-called boogeyman. This man telling you he'll kill you. You can't take that type of shit.
I'm not no baby. Send me the contract. Is that the
same? Yeah, the one that's 18-0. The one that's 18-0 with 16 knockouts.
But when I say that, people get their panties in a bunch. What has he done? He's ranked number 10. He can't fight Shakur. Like they act like Shakur's some type of god. Like can nobody fight him?
You want me to tell you the flip side of that? You want me to tell you the flip side of that right there? They say, what has Javier Herrera done? Well, he's 18-0 with 16 knockouts. He's ranked number 10. Joe Cordina was about. Well, hold on, watch this. Watch this. 33. Watch this. I'm gonna flip it even more. I'm about to hit him with a 1, 2, 3. Watch this. What did Joe Cordina do? He got knocked the fuck out by a nigga with a 12% knockout rating. Anthony Kakaki knocked this nigga out face down, ass up. He did the Devin Haney challenge, but he couldn't get back up. And Anthony Kakasi has a 12% knockout rating. So Joe Cordina gets knocked out at a lower weight. He moves up. He hasn't even fought a fight at 135, and he's fighting Shakur. What did he do? Okay.
And nobody said nothing.
But watch this. RTM Haraturin, he just got beat by Frank Martin, who y'all said Frank ain't shit. So you fought him after he got beat by Frank Martin. Mm-hmm. What did he do? And then you had a chance to fight Javier Herrera, but you chose Padley, a dude that was an electrician. You chose a dude that
they tried to tell me it was because Herrera couldn't make weight.
He made weight the next week, so how he couldn't have made weight? Joshua Padley didn't make weight. Padley didn't make weight. Padley was 3 pounds over. This man right here didn't have no. It's because Padley didn't have a training camp, and Herrera was in his training camp. Because Herrera had a fight the week next. And plus Herrera got power and Padley don't. And that's why Shakur beat him to the body because he didn't have the chance to do no core work. This nigga was up here doing AC units and motherfucking putting in 220s into wall sockets. And so Shakur was like, so honestly, next person we see Shakur fight probably a carpenter or a plumber. Definitely. He might call Aaron the plumber and try to fight him. Honestly.
Yeah, I want to see that fight. That's what I want to see. He calling them out too, so make it happen, Shakur.
Yeah, like if you say you the boogeyman, you say everybody ducking you. This man is in your division, and he said he will kill you.
But because he's rated number 10, they tell me that he's not good enough to fight Shakur because he's all the way at number 10. But to me, that doesn't make any sense. You was about to fight Kid Austin. Kid Austin wasn't ranked that high before they paid to move him up in the rankings.
Are we talking about the global ranking? What ranking is that?
Don't you know Cordina? Cordina wasn't even ranked in the sanctioning body until they added him. He's not ranked in no other sanctioning body but Shakur.
Is Josh rated? What is his ranking?
How did he get ranked after a knockout?
Padley wasn't even ranked in the top 20.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is we talking about?
We talking about anytime Shakur has to go against somebody that's anytime Shakur.
I'm talking about
Anytime
people who
Shakur
think
has to go
Shakur
against
don't
a
do shit.
dangerous fighter, they make excuses for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was
that's what I'm
speaking. She was
saying.
speaking facetiously though. She like, why these niggas even bringing stuff up like that
Yeah,
when you got
basically,
that
that's
stuff
what I'm
at play?
saying. Yeah, that's
It's
what I'm
Because
saying.
always
they
some.
drag super
It's
slow.
always some like long, drawn out narrative reason, jumping through hoops. I'm like, y'all, we go through this every time we talk about who
It's
Shakur
cut
gonna
and
fight
dry.
next, and then he just end up fighting a light punching European, and then everybody want to act like that ain't happening.
I'm gonna be honest
Exactly.
though. Like
And one said Tank ain't fighting nobody.
they all get the hate. It's just that Tank Star is bigger, so the hate gonna be bigger.
They
Hey,
just
y'all want me to
clout
tell you?
chasing
You
and
want me to tell y'all something else? Y'all want me to tell you something else they ain't talking about? How many fights has Top Rank put on this year?
Oh, good question. What,
Yeah,
3?
right. I was just about to say, like, dang, how money at on these
Do
What,
you
fights?
hear
4?
anybody?
Oh, I need to make my top rank going out of business video.
Do y'all hear anybody talking about it though?
And
Nah,
that's
not at
another
all.
exactly that's what I was saying the other day. Like, yo, everybody keeps telling me how PBC is so broke, yet Top Rank is literally about to be homeless in 18 months.
So they
Like,
haven't
this
put
is
on the card.
crazy.
Well, good
They
thing
haven't
they
put on the card this year.
They
I
put
thought it
on
was
one.
like 1 or 2. I'm about to say I thought it was like 1 or 2.
I think they just
But
did their
they
second.
silent about all the cards PBC putting on. They
They
ain't said nothing about that.
they only put on one
You
fight
right.
card
It
except
is
for
one
George.
card.
That George Kambosos was their second card, and that was an ass
Yeah,
card.
yeah, you right. And it was by conjunction. The other cards have been by conjunction of what's his name? Turkey dude.
The only fight card that Top Rank put on was the Keyshawn Davis fight card
That's a
this
fact.
year.
That's a fact. I forgot about that.
That's the only card they got because they really ain't got nobody. Who they got the headliner fight card?
And I don't know
Exactly.
why they trying to dim Abdullah's light to me.
Wait, they put on Keyshawn and Barinchek, didn't they? Was that this year?
Because you don't want Abdullah to get too big because then he's going to leave. That's what they was doing to Floyd. You know, you got to keep him under the wing as long as you can so you can make as much as you can off of him for as long as you can. Because once everybody know what it is, then it's over with.
Yeah, I wanted to see him fight Shakur too. Those are my two picks for Shakur.
Now it's looking like Shakur left Top Rank to duck all that smoke. Well, no, not now. I've been saying that. Like, why would you
Nah, they
leave
wouldn't. I know why
Top
he
Rank
left Top
now?
Rank. Because Top Rank told Shakur that they was going to give Loma the tank fight. And Shakur was like, I've been waiting for Lomachenko all this time. You gave Lomachenko to Devin. I need Lomachenko as a legacy fight, and you about to cash him out the tank. That's what really happened. That's why Shakur got mad and left.
So
Because
where do we think?
Shakur thought he was going to get Lomachenko this whole time. And Lomachenko said, no, I'm about to cash out with Tank. That's why they had that issue and Lomachenko stepped back for a minute because Shakur been trying to pursue Lomachenko for a while.
Yeah,
Everybody wants to.
They're about to fight at what fight was they about to get it on in the audience? Like two dummies.
That was the very next week after he said he was tired and wanted to stay home with his family.
Yeah,
That was
that was
the
actually Tank.
damn. What fight was that? That was the it was his buddy's fight, wasn't it? The Usyk fight. Yeah.
Okay, it was an Usyk affair. But so where does Shakur go from here? Like his contract supposedly is almost up with Eddie Hearn. Do we think he resigns? Like that's his only option because he really don't want no smoke with PBC.
He re-signed after the Padley fight, I thought.
He just resigned with no. Y'all not listening. After the Padley fight, Shakur resigned with Turkey. Shakur about to be stuck in that TKO.
Oh, he about to be in the TKO league?
He about to be stuck over there.
He has no opponents.
So he has no intentions on fighting Tank if he signed with Turkey. We're not getting that Tank fight. We're not getting it.
Now you know
It's
Turkey
not
wants
gonna
that fight.
Nah, it's not
Turkey
gonna
begging
happen.
for that fight, but it's not gonna be on Turkey's shit. You see, Bud sitting there talking about it would be real cool if Tank and Shakur fought on my undercard. Nigga, why the fuck you gonna fight on your undercard? He outsells you, nigga.
It's not even your undercard. It's Canelo undercard.
I mean, can we please be honest? It's not your card, boy. You are the +1. What are you talking about?
Bud is so bitter and mad at Tank.
I've never seen nobody get asked on a date and then bring somebody else with them. Like, boy, what is you talking about?
Now some of these new women I've seen on the videos, they have about 3 people at the damn Nigga been there spending out on 3 people. Like, damn, I said I pay for you, not your friend and her
Nah,
friend.
they should have left her there then.
That's some bullshit. But anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
this ain't your card anyway, boy. This the Canelo show, and the only person this helps by Tank being on your card is you. That don't make no damn sense.
They trying to pad the numbers.
No, but
Man,
that's
get the hell
exactly
out
what
of
it
here.
is, so they can get more of the back end if there will be a back end for them. I don't even think there will be a back
They
end for them.
But
they
if
don't
you
worry
put
about
Tank
no back
Davis,
end.
but if
Yeah,
you put
Canelo
Tank
take
Davis
all
on
back
that
end.
card, what would you pay Tank Davis to get on that card to fight Shakur? It couldn't be no less than 40 million. Couldn't be.
And first of all, out of 100%, you can best believe 60 of that shit going to Canelo. Canelo does not
Exactly.
play about his money.
Canelo do not play about his free.
I thought he gets 80% of it.
Yes, he does. That's what I'm saying. So how is Tank gonna get on that card? What y'all want Tank to take a pay cut and give y'all a homie discount?
Crawford
After
just
all that
chatting.
bullshit y'all done did?
He just be talking. He need to go somewhere and let somebody comb his damn hair.
Nah. He sweet talked Earl into that shit. Cause he sweet talked the hell out of Earl.
I
But
would
Tank
love
ain't
to
Earl.
I would love to hear that call leaked. Because I'm just curious, like, what did this man possibly say to you, bro?
Oh no, he
Like
was telling
Earl,
Earl. You know what? No, he said what he said to Earl. He was like, man, they don't want to see 2 young black men make money. But you know, I've always respected you. And he said, let's get this money together. And he played on Earl's heartstrings. And Earl was like, yeah, let's get this money together. And then he fucked him. Then he fucked Earl.
Hey, but
Earl don't seem to be. Earl ain't mad at Terrence though.
But
He should
Earl
be.
keep that shit to himself, man. Earl said he didn't like the way this shit went down, though, but especially after it. But you know, frequent. No, they don't. They put a cap on His Excellency's funds. His Excellency don't have them funds
Turkey's
right now.
done frequent.
Saudi done put a governor on that nigga's money right now.
hey, but like Queen Vaughn
Y'all
said
can
before
pop Turkey Johnson out y'all mouth now. He done.
I done told him not to Your Excellency shit.
Yeah,
And I told you,
he
you called another man His Excellency frequent.
Yeah. But
You be
like
just like the same. You be just like them other people he got shaking his left hand, the hand he wipes his ass with, making niggas take pictures holding his left hand, his ass wiping hand. I bet all them Saudis sit there laugh like, he's holding the doo-doo hand. Look at him. He's an American boxer, but he's holding my shit hand. I shit on him for real, brother. Alhamdulillah, I shit on him.
But like Vaughn was saying before, he left out, man. It ain't even his undercard. Like this is all gonna be attributed to Canelo because Canelo is the draw.
I don't think the fight happening, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think it's happening.
And I'm gonna tell you like this, right? This shit right here, if it do happen, it's gonna be like all the other 12 events Turkey put on, a fucking flop. That's what's gonna happen. Because first off, you done took away the gate. That's one of Canelo's biggest money makers is the gate. Now you got Canelo with a damn flag, a Saudi flag, and not a Mexican flag. They feel some type of way, especially on Mexican Independence Day.
That's
Come on, man.
That's a big. I don't understand why they would do that. That's how. I mean, Mexicans loyal and their culture is big. Like
Like that was
his
the
entire
dumbest
culture for money. So they definitely looking at him sideways right now.
Yeah, we got a couple of them that be in here like Easy Sanchez, and they mad about that shit. But you know, Canelo's on his farewell tour, and if he really had the money, like they said, and if he really was the boss, then he would have forced Canelo to fight Benavidez. Since he said he wanted Benavidez on his card, that would have been the way to get Benavidez on your card.
Benavidez said F Turkey.
They doing Benavidez dirty. I know they better get my man his title shot.
Yeah, you know, Benavidez said F Turkey, but if Turkey would have told him I'll give you a fight with Canelo, I bet Benavidez would have came and did it. I bet Benavidez would have hopped on that shit.
I mean, at this point, what else is there to offer that man? Because he's not going to leave Al Heyman. David Benavidez is extremely loyal to Al Heyman. That would be the only enticing factor, and we all know that Canelo ain't doing that. If he wanted to fight, he'd get for him.
But if he's not able to fight for that belt, I bet you he won't do it because Turkey trying to take the belts off the table. So if he can't get that belt, then he's not gonna fight him because that's the only reason why he's doing it.
Well, he making Bivol. He openly threatened Bivol and said, "Nigga, don't get your lights cut out." So Bivol not fighting Benavidez.
Well, I thought it was an open bid for it, and that PBC was,
What did
you know.
Turkey tell? Okay, it's an open bid for it, yeah. But what was said? He sat there and
Bivol gonna
said,
get stripped.
"Remember,
He gonna get stripped.
Yeah, either
remember
way,
what
he gonna lose the belt.
Bivol is going to drop that belt." That man sat there and told you, "I was there for you and nobody else wasn't. I made you a winner. When you lost, I made you win. Don't forget what side your lights got cut on before your lights get cut off." Bivol's not going against that, man. That was an open threat.
Those
That
were
was
his
an
exact
open.
words
Y'all don't remember that?
In a nutshell,
in the
Let me see
public.
if I still got it. Let me see if I still got it.
in a nutshell, 2 cents, he said something similar today with fewer
Oh, I think.
words.
Oh, you talking about that tweet? Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
So you know
It says,
it's laced.
"I am no longer interested in Bivol versus Benavidez, and I will not bid on it. I think Bivol knows who has delivered for him and who hasn't. My advice to Bivol, don't be late, because every day something changes."
But to be real, right now, who else is there for Bivol to fight right now? If you
Bivol might be fighting.
Benavidez don't
Bivol
even want
might
to
end up
fight.
fighting. They trying to make a Beterbiev part 3.
But he don't
Nobody
even want
want to
to
see
fight.
that.
But he
Nah,
don't even want to fight
I
no more
don't.
though.
Or he might fight Anthony Yards. Shit.
But that's what I'm saying. There's nobody out there for that's going to make a big fight but Benavidez. So I mean,
Y'all appetite.
But I thought Turkey was putting on
John
the fights
Obataille
that
is up
people
at
want to
cruiserweight,
see.
bro.
yeah, right,
Obataille is
exactly.
cruiserweight.
It's because of the belt. It's because of the belt. That's really what it is. When it comes down to it, he's not trying to be involved with that stuff.
Well, man, I'm gonna say it's been a pleasure being up here with the ladies.
Oh
These
yeah, I'm gonna let
black
everybody get their
sisters
shit. I'm gonna let
up
everybody get
here
their closing because I'm
cooking.
about to shut it down. So everybody, I'm gonna let everybody go one at a time. Get y'all closing
Oh, okay.
remarks.
Well, I'll let the women go. Go ahead, women.
I'll jump
Well,
off that. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
oh yeah, appreciate coming up here with y'all, chit chatting. We always have a good time when we talking. Um, the Shakur thing, I'm watching it closely. I'm interested, and this is my thing with Shakur. Let me say this: if Shakur, I don't think he's ducking. If he has an injury, clearly they said his hands have been injured his last 7 fights, which I don't know why y'all ain't been did nothing. He allegedly just had a surgery and he was 100%, and he's injured his hands again. So I think we need to have some more realistic expectations for Shakur. Upper believes that some of these guys he can beat with his hands injured, and if Shakur is able to still fight and provide for his family with those injuries, I'm all for it. Let him keep doing it. But I know how the YouTube boxing streets go. If he gonna keep calling out people and bring that type of attention to himself, he's gonna bring that type of scrutiny too. So he just gonna have to be ready for it. But that's just my 2 cents. Glad I get to come up here and chit chat with y'all and always have a good time.
Shout out to
This
everybody
is
on the panel. I appreciate you, Upper, for letting me on. And I don't really have too much to say. Y'all already heard me. If y'all didn't hear it, rewatch it. Get these watch hours up. Even though you're not monetized, but support the channel anyway. And I appreciate anybody who does come through and support me. I'm really not going to be doing panels and stuff like that. I'm really more of a comedian, if I'm being honest. I'm just trying to keep it low key right now. So once I really get this animation stuff how I really want it, that's what y'all gonna be seeing on my channel. I might bless y'all with some lives and have some of the good people that's on here right now up on there to talk boxing. But yeah, that's about it. I'm hoping this Roach fight versus Tank happen. That's really the only thing I really care about because I'm tired of hearing that Tank hate everywhere on YouTube. I don't even want to be on YouTube just because of that. So yeah, anyways, shout out to everybody on here. I appreciate you for having me on, and I hope everybody has a blessed day.
No doubt. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to 2 Cent and Miss McGaverick.
Oh, so I mean, I share some of their sentiments. I cannot wait to this rematch just so we can have it set in stone, say what's really what. As far as Shakur, I don't think we put unrealistic expectations on him. We are only going by what he says out of his own mouth. If he would stop talking, then maybe, things will be a little different for him. He does need to take some time to get his hands correct if he wants to be a star in the sport of boxing. As of right now, he's I could take him or leave him, and that's just me being honest. So we'll wait and see what happens. As far as the clout chasing that Keyshawn is doing with Lamont, you have your own things to worry about. Like Upper said, you need to worry more about Andy Cruz than you do about Lamont Roach. I'm not sure why you're fighting Dan Los Santos instead of Andy Cruz, but hey, whatever, do your thing. You know what I mean? I just want to see good fights. Hopefully, we get some because this turkey card frequent is not what it is. You know what I mean? But other than that, thanks for having me up, Upper, and y'all have a good afternoon.
Well, shoot, man, I'm just gonna say, yeah, thank all of you ladies. Wonderful cook with you guys. Always, you brought the right ingredients, put the fire right where it needed to be, so it wouldn't burn or it wouldn't be undercooked. It was just right, seasoned to perfection. What I will say is this: I don't believe in throwing any kind of unnecessary negative energy nobody way. And I don't want to do that. I know sometimes people do bring it on themselves by the way they conduct themselves and the things they say. So when you do that, you put yourself out there. But at the same time, I will say this, and I'm glad Upset what he had to say. What would make a 30-year-old person just turning 30, making millions upon millions of dollars, all of a sudden want to give it all the way up? And remember the first words he mentioned before the fight took place: the fight is canceled. That story segues and parallels a lot of the stuff that was talked about today. It can happen to people and it can affect people differently. But at the same time, let's respect the fighters, let's respect the game, and let's show some support to these people when they go up in there and try to put their lives on the line. Because like Upset, over 30 people passed away from the fights. Or 10 people, I think, this year.
13
people this year. And just one woman just not too long ago. So, they don't play in that ring. These people don't pay in that ring, too. Some of them get paid, but most of them don't. And that they put their lives on the line. I respect that, and I wish the best for them, and I hope the best for them. I think that they need to do something to get boxing in order where there's no cheating, and there's fair compensation for what they do, because they bring viewers to the chair. They bring cheeks in the seats. And I'm going to say it again. My man wouldn't just want to up and quit unless something serious was attacking him or after him. And that's all I'll say about that.
All right, shout out to everybody else. Shout out for the beautiful queens that come up here. Every time they come up here, boy, they cook. They do their thing. Like I say, I put these females against any of these niggas out here capping. Shout out to No Fly Zone in the building. Shout out to everybody that came through. Shout out to everybody that supported. Y'all know me, man. I guess I keep doing them like this. I ain't gonna never get remonetized. But peace and bless to everybody out there, man. Hey, boxers need to stand on their square, do what they say they're gonna do. Stop all this bullshitting. Stop capping. Nigga, you get more respect for keeping it real. Look at Abdullah Mason. You feel what I'm saying? Lead by example. Peace and blessings. Apex to God, and y'all know what it is. Nigga, I'm out.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. triple off Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. Smoke. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me such a monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leaving nigga bleed. I keep this pussy, leaving nigga bleed. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sonny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leaving nigga bleed. I keep this squeeze and leaving nigga bleed.
Y'all know what the fuck going on around here, nigga. Y'all nigga keep talking about you want smoke.